Hello, man babies. How are we doing tonight? Yes, it's me, Ruin Johnson, the greatest, most round-headed director of all time, and I'm so pleased to be with you tonight. It's Saturday, December the 3rd. The year is 2022, and on this evening we are discussing the movie Willow from 1988. And as Mr. Brown always says, lots to get through. So, shall we get the goddamn guests out? I think we should. Okay, so first up, set your Jedi power wands to stunning and brave. He's my number one fan. He can be found lurking between the bins in my garden. It's the one and only, not Brian Young, or not Brad Martigan, as he is today. It's a lovely image, Brian. How are you doing, my friend?
Hey, how's things, Rune? Can I just say a quick
Oh,
hello to the chat before you answer?
of course. Hello, chat. How are you all doing, you bunch of man babies? So good to have you with us tonight. So we're doing a George Lucas vehicle, Brian, but it's not Star Wars.
Yes, it's not Star Wars. Funnily enough, I was watching the new Willow series, and I was wondering if you had a hand in it yourself, Rune.
It does. It does smack of my dirty little paws, doesn't it?
Yes, it
Yes, it's
certainly
currently
certainly does.
sitting at a pleasant 5.2 on IMDb, and it's being
Oh,
savaged in the reviews. But I'm sure we'll get stuck into that as well as the original source material. But
as long as it
shall
gets
we?
a higher award than the Triple X parody, the same as the Last
Oh,
Jedi.
I do hope there's not a porn parody of Willow. That would be awkward. But anyway, should we get the next reprobate out?
Oh yes, why not?
Excellent. Okay, so next, he is the backbone of Sunday night. He is the savior of this stream, and it's the first time I get to do a live stream with him. It's the mighty Matt Cat 83. How are you doing, Matt Cat?
What's up, nerds? I'm doing well. Thank you for the high praise.
Oh, it's good to have you on, sir. We've already been getting stuck into it in the green room. I know
Yes, you're my new best
you're a big
friend.
fan.
Text me every
Yes.
5 minutes.
Oh, we're all over each other, so to speak. Kathy, you're a goner. I've got Matt Cat with me now.
Yeah, fuck you, Kathy. Oh, I
Matt, you're a
swore.
fan of this film, aren't you? You like
I
Willow?
love this movie. If you don't like this movie, I do not understand you at all.
I know, and we had so many bail on us tonight, so many man babies not
Yeah,
interested, but
I was
yeah.
surprised that people hadn't watched this movie. I'm like, what? It's so good. It's so good. I love this movie.
Well, the next person I'm going to bring out has watched it, but he hasn't watched it for about 40 years. So let's introduce him. He is the godfather of the channel, the 1.2K submaster. He is the granddaddy, the greatest of them all. It's Mr. Brown. How are you doing, Brownie?
Hello there.
Hello, Brown. It's good to have you on, and it's so good that you've watched Willow recently, so you'll know it
Fantastic.
intimately.
Good evening, team.
Good
Yeah, well,
evening.
Hello,
hell.
chat. Hello, everybody. Is everybody well?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
We're up for this, Brown. But so what? You were in what university when you saw this last? What was the deal?
The University of Life.
So you've literally not watched this since 1988. Is that what you're confessing?
I think it was on VHS when
Oh,
it
but
came
it's-
out.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike, though. You'll remember. You'll remember once we start getting into it.
I just remember lots
Yes.
of people.
Yes.
No, way to
Careful how
narrow
you
it
phrase
down.
challenged in certain departments. Moving on.
Acting usually.
Yes, definitely acting.
One of my favorite comments is Dark Side of the Wok is already suggesting names for the porn
There we go.
parody
Let's get him on.
of
Look, there you
Willow.
go.
Yes, there it is.
Dark Side of the
Willio,
Wok.
we're going with for starters. So, any other suggestions on the porn parody of Willow? That's where we're setting the bar tonight, folks. So,
Low.
yes, extremely low, lower than a snake's belly. Okay, so I should give you the spiel on this thing, shouldn't I? So tonight it's Willow. It's certificate PG. It's family friendly, although this stream isn't. It's directed by Ron Howard, and it's actually got a rather nice cast of Val Kilmer as Madmartigan, Joanna Wally as Saoirse,
Yes.
a fabulous Warwick Davis, and there he is, looks so happy as Willow, and Jean Marsh as the fantastic Queen Bavmorda. It's got a neat, tidy running time of just 2 hours, 6 minutes. Released in the US, May 20th, 1988. And it was a Christmas movie here in the UK, released December 9th in 1988. Story was by that man baby, George Lucas. We don't like to talk about him. Screenplay was Bob Dolman, produced by Joe Johnson, George Lucas, who's an executive producer, and Nigel Wool, who was a producer. The music by James Horner. Special effects, of course, by ILM. Budget, 35 million, and it grossed almost double that, in fairness, 57 million. So it was a good, solid performer. Probably
Much
drifted
like
into the realm
Warwick
of
Davis, a good, solid performer.
Yes, good,
Yes.
solid, small but solid. Yes. So there we are. So Willow, I know Brian's up for it. He's got his avatar updated and his oh, here we go.
I'm
I
jealous.
test on you.
My eyes either get worse or this font gets smaller, but I'm guessing it says something like Mr. Brown, onlyfans.com, live streaming every Sunday night, something like that. Yes, okay. There we go, folks. Catch him on OnlyFans. And here it is.
I
Nice
love this
movie
poster. I love
Great
this poster. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love the red that they chose. It's so good.
Yeah,
It's kind of like Red Sonja, like that poster. I don't know if you remember that
Yes.
Sonja, Red Sonja, that poster.
Rouge.
Yeah, it's very good. I enjoy that. I always like this this older the way they did posters back in the day.
Yeah.
I really enjoy them a lot. The way they do now, it's a lot of blue and yellow. I'm like, oh, that's weird.
It's all too computerized.
Right? Yeah. But this is very good. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it is a rather nice poster. I mean, I can't get away from the kind of skeletal looking man who we'll obviously meet as we get into the film, but yeah, he kind of draws my eye, and then the evil queen. But you're right, that kind of retro style, the kind of it's always a triangle shape, isn't it, to the how the characters are laid out. But yes, I'm very fond of this film. I rewatched it. It's I would say it's held up in the most part. I mean, we'll give it a full breakdown, but I do think it holds up as just a good old fashioned fairy tale. That's what it felt like, fairy tale adventure. So what have we got next, Brown? Tell me you've got the right slide deck, otherwise we could get very awkward in here. If you start
Are we
sharing
going
your
to
news.
ask the panel's initial thoughts on?
Oh, you want initial thoughts?
Yeah, you know,
Well,
first
Brown,
time
we'll,
to story, or you know, blah, blah, blah.
we'll start with you then, Brown. What do you recall from this
Brown.
thing?
I remember 1988. I think it was a Saturday morning, perhaps. It was sunny outside. I thought we'll watch Willow from the local VHS rental van.
Yeah.
I put the VHS into the recorder, pressed play, sat down and watched it, and just remember lots of people who were challenged in certain departments. And that's all I can remember.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing. Not my thing at all.
Oh, we'll give it a chance. Keep an open mind, Brown, for God's sake. I mean,
I would have probably been entertained, because back then, even if the movie was the biggest pile of shite ever, there was always something you could take from it, and it would be relatively entertaining in some way.
it is, you know, and like I say, it's many years since I watched it, and I rewatched it obviously ahead of this stream, and we are going to talk about the Disney Plus series at some point, so get ready for that, folks.
I just remember, is it Joanne
Wally? Yes.
Oh God, she had it back then, didn't she?
He's getting horny already. We're barely into we're not
So
even
much
into-
so that didn't Val Kilmer marry her off the back of this?
Did he?
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did.
he
He's
did.
got 2 children as well. Kilmer actually stalked her while he was he was
Oh.
Can't blame
doing
him, to be
top.
fair.
He was doing Top Secret. He used to go to plays and things when he was in England filming that, and he spotted her and used to follow her about like a fucking stalker.
By the way,
Nice.
folks, everybody should watch Top Secret.
Right on.
Moving on.
Okay, so
Bella.
I'm going to go to Madmartigan himself. Yes, enough of your porn collection, Brown.
Okay.
We're going to go to Brian. Brian, and
Yes.
give me your thoughts on this film. First, I don't know, childhood memories, recent rewatches.
To my eternal shame, the first time I watched this was last year, believe it or not.
Oh, God.
And the main reason I watched it was because I'd just seen the Val Kilmer episode of Warwick Davis's Life's Too Short,
Right.
where
Okay.
Kilmer cons Warwick out of try to self-finance Willow 2. And but it was okay. I thought it's good swashbuckling fun. I was surprised how much of George Lucas's magic had managed to make it into. I know he wrote it, produced it, but I think that's helped enormously by the soundtrack. The one big problem I think it has is its length. I think it badly needs an edit. I think it would have been a lot more solid if it was maybe about an hour and a half. I loved Kilmer's performance especially, and Warwick Davis, considering he's only 17, puts in a star turn as well. So I think all in it was a bit of a mixed bag for me, but I was glad I watched it, and I think I enjoyed it probably more in the second watch this week.
Yeah, the one thing that stood out for me, and we'll get into it fully, but he did seem rather young to be fathering two I don't know, to a 10,
Great
11-year-old.
Great mullet.
Yes, he was. But he did a great job. I love the banter with him and Val Kilmer, and yes, and a rather lovely flowing locks, which he's trying to recreate. He's had a hair transplant, Warwick Davis, hasn't he?
If I may, Tim, I really do like saying this. Hannabon, soft porn parody is Pillow.
Pillow.
And then
Yes.
the mighty Andy Mouse. 1, 2, 3. Willow on Pillow.
Welcome to demonetizing your own stream.
Dark Side of the Walk. Return of the Ewok. I saw what you did there. Very good.
And Mr. Brown says, "Will
Ding
bad.
dong.
not bad." So we come to Matt, and I'm glad we're coming to
I'm
Matt.
arriving.
Oh dear, I'm glad we're coming to you, Matt, last, because Matt, Brownie hasn't bloody seen it, but Brian only seen it recently and is a little bit hot and cold. But I know you're a fan of this film, so Matt, sell us on Willow, please.
I saw this movie when I was 9 years old for the first time. I've watched it so many times since. I love this movie to death. It is so good. People that do not like this movie, I really do not understand you. I really don't. I just recently watched it before the series came out. It just brings back so many good memories. I love the banter, like you said, between Mortigan and Willow, and I just love the fight sequences. I love all the brownies are great. Everything is great in this movie. I have nothing but I remember when I was little, after I watched this movie, I remember I would pick up sticks, like little branches and stuff, and I would use it as the little wand. I would throw acorns at people and shit because we had because we had a tree in our backyard that had acorns that would fall from it. It's just a good movie. It's so good. I love it. It's fantastic. I have nothing but good things to say about this movie.
Oh, see, I'm feeling better about it already. You know, I was starting to feel guilty for suggesting it, but yes, I'm glad you liked it, Matt, and I'm with you in the most part. I think it holds up well. I think it's a good adventure. It's great fun, and I'm looking forward to reliving it with you all. So, should we start having a look at the visuals?
Yes.
Do it.
Let's do it. Okay, good old
get in.
MGM opening, which we always like.
That's Lenny, isn't it? Lenny the Lion.
The Lion, that's the lion's name, is it?
Lenny.
Ah, there's your film trivia, folks, for your Christmas Day movie quiz. And it's a Lucasfilm production.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah.
How about
That used to mean something.
It did.
What happened?
Oh, just It starts with a K and ends with unt.
Leave Kathy
on.
alone, damn it. So we get a nice.
She may be your friend, but she's not my friend.
I know.
I think
you're big
looking at
guts.
that first, that must be the company motto of Lucasfilm.
Yes, this is actually the opening crawl for my new trilogy. I don't know how this is. Yes, nice font, Garamond, font size 14.
You
if
can
you're
read it.
interested, folks. Yes, I can read it. That makes a change on this channel. So it sets us up, it's got this fairy tale feel, and straight from the off, we got the smoke, we got it's a time of dread.
If I may, what is the premise of the actual movie? Remind me, please.
Have
Go
you
on,
tried
Matt. Go
Wikipedia,
on.
Brown?
Well, it's Alora. Alora Dannon is the savior of the world, and she's born as a baby, and her mother tries to hide her away, and Queen Babmorda, she is going to kill her because she's an evil biatch, and she wants to bring darkness and evil to the world or whatnot. And the baby is saved by, well, not Willow, but essentially Willow, and it's more like his wife finds him, and they're trying to deliver her to, and I can't remember the name of the kingdom off the top of my head, but they're trying
Disneyland?
No, but they're trying to deliver her there so that way she can rule. But they find out some stuff going on with that when they get there. That's it in a nutshell. I'm sorry, I probably didn't explain it as well as it could have been.
I'll give you a pithy synopsis from IMDb.
Please
a
do.
young farmer, which is, as we'll come to find, Willow, is chosen to undertake a perilous journey in order to protect the special baby from an evil queen. There we go. There's the setup for you all. So it is very classic, is it? I mean, I'm not. It's been a while since I did my children's stories, but it's got a kind of Sleeping Beauty kind of vibe, the evil queen and all that kind of thing.
There you go.
But,
Melvin Deeply. It's a baby chosen movie with I think this is why I switched off with dragons, witches, and inns.
yeah, dragons only make the briefest of appearances, but plenty of Albanians, yes. So the seers have foretold the birth of a child who will bring about the downfall of the powerful Queen Bavmorda. You're going to like her, Brown. I just know it. You're going to like her.
I do. I love her.
Seizing all pregnant women in the realm, the evil queen vows to destroy the child when it is born, so no child is safe. And we start with childbirth. There we go. The birth of the
Covered in the uterine gulab.
Yes, like a I don't know. It's like a Christmas dessert.
Is that baby a they them?
I don't. I hope not.
Well, Brownie, you're gonna like the point where we have a trans scene later in this movie. You're gonna love that.
I can't wait.
It's very good.
We have the mother there. She's still giving birth at this point. I don't know. She looks wrong.
No, she's begging.
Yeah,
she's begging.
Yeah,
to have someone to save the child because
save the child.
Yeah, she's like, please, not my baby.
Ruin, is that what you did to Kathy to get the trilogy?
Yes.
What?
I was there.
To kill a baby. you won't believe the things I've done, Brownie.
I believe them.
So the baby, I've got to say, and we're going to see. I'm sure we're going to see lots of the baby, but what a fabulous performance by the baby! And I'm not even being sarcastic. What a charming little baby! It seems to pull all the right faces at the right times.
Yeah, babies are great.
Here she is, Bavmorda. Brian, what do you make of Queen Bavmorda?
Oh, she's not nice. If you notice just to the right here, this is the baby being smuggled out, literally right under her nose as Queen Bavmorda of Nockmaar walks past. Very well played, I have to say.
Yeah, great job.
The person on the right looks like they're in the wrong movie, Snow White.
Right, right.
Think about it.
Is that dopey?
I'd like to say the word, but
Yeah, we get it. We get it.
Oh,
yeah, thank
Brownie,
you.
you're gonna have serious problems navigating this movie. I'm
In
telling
the
you.
chat, Sticky Belly Flapcock, Willow, short in stature, big in trouser.
Yes, that was the actual strapline for the movie. That was on the movie poster. So thanks for that one.
This lady was married to John Pertwee in the 60s.
Ah.
Believe it or not.
Upstairs, downstairs.
Jean Marsh.
Yeah, I think she was in 95 as well.
She's got that classic evil queen look, hasn't she? She really pulls it off. Okay, don't jump all over that pun. Brownie, just purely on first looks, what would you give her?
Let me think. We're talking the one on the left.
Of course, yes. Not the man on the right.
Out of 10, I'd probably give her 1.
You give her 1, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
In the chat, marks out of 10 for the woman on the right.
Marks out of 10, please, for Bavmorda. And some people also are already suggesting it's Kathleen Kennedy. So we've got this perilous moment where we wonder, is the child going to escape? The baby going to escape? And thankfully, she's managed to be smuggled out. I think it's disguised as... is that a wok? I don't believe it. Have we got a wok?
Yes, absolutely.
It must be a like a prototype of the wok.
Yes.
Early prototype, like a medieval prototype.
Dark side of the wok's going to be so excited if we've got a wok featuring in it so early on. So they smuggle the baby out in a wok full of clothes and so on, and then we get this level of title card is something
Fantastic.
like Brownie would produce.
I wish I'd watched it now. Sorry, everybody.
It's fantastic. I love it.
It's great. It's so good. And this is so it's obviously the pre-credit screen, and then we move into the journey of the baby, don't we? Mm-hmm. And it's straight away it's a PG film. But this film is not without its scary moments, is it? Mm-hmm. I mean, Matt, we were about to see a rather harrowing scene and a demise for this lady, aren't we?
Yeah, we get the death dogs or the devil dogs, and but yeah, she's running and she does it Moses style on her. And she sets this kid in the river and everything. But when I was little, I was like, I felt so bad for this lady. I was like, oh, she's just trying to save this cute kid. And she gets, murdered by some ugly dogs.
Look at the hair color.
Yeah. Which I just want to say real quick, in the new series,
it wouldn't be like that nowadays.
Laura Dannon is blonde. And I was like, man, they really do hate redheads in Hollywood. They really do.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
can I just request no one take a screenshot at this moment in time while Dark Side of the Wok's comments on screen? That's rather unfortunate timing, but we know he's referring to the Wok. Let's not get excited, everyone. So this fabulous little baby here who would be, I'm guessing, around mid to late 30s now, I suppose.
Yeah.
Any interesting trivia on this baby, Brian? Did she grow up to be the kind of freckly ginger one who plays a lesbian character in the TV series? What do we know?
One of the few things I didn't look up for this film. I was quite tempted, but they tend to use maybe 3 or 4 different babies for these kind of things. So what's the point?
Yeah, I think I read at some point in time that this was the actress was actually also a little that played this baby. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I thought I read it at some point.
Melvin Deeply in the chat, Mr. Brown Lines asked me, reviewing a film that you've not watched. Sloppy Brown, very sloppy. I have watched it, just not very recently.
Just not in the last 4 decades, so go easy on it, folks. Our good old friend has got the trivia we're looking for. That baby grew up to be Liz Truss. There we go. So now
42 days work for £105,000 a year for life.
Good for her. Good.
Now it puts a twist on the movie where Bavmorda was the good one, and we should have been cheering for Bavmorda to murder the baby all along. But Anyway, so the baby's kind of deposited in a river, which again sort of evokes sort of classic fairy tale tropes. And yes, this little baby floats along the river until it arrives at Endor, I believe. Is that right? Or
Yeah,
am I confused? Going through the rapids at this point.
I was just going to say that previous scene was absolutely brutal with the dogs. They're actually Rottweilers, so I dare say there was a great deal of peril possibly on set.
Yeah, I flashed past it there, but you're right to bring me back on it because it's almost one you need to see in the live action, isn't it? And it was scary. It was scary as hell. They've got these dogs with the sort of matted, tussled fur coats, and they savage the old lady. And
it's like rat tails that give you the creeps as well.
George Lucas wrote this.
He did, yeah,
and produced it. Yeah.
Does anybody know why?
I was watching this back, and I thought, did George? We don't know. Obviously, he'd already by this point have wrapped up the Star Wars original trilogy.
Star Wars, yeah.
Lucas actually had the idea of doing this back in 1972, believe it or not. And it wasn't until after he did the Star Wars trilogy he thought, I'm going to give that a go. And I think he wrote it specifically with Warwick Davis in mind.
I was going to say, did he write as a vehicle for Warwick? That it did feel that way, yeah.
Like a mini vehicle.
I think it was originally supposed to be called the Munchkins.
Oh no!
Right on. And real quick fun fact that the devil dogs were actually Rottweilers. They just had on rubber masks and suits.
Ooh.
Doesn't Kathy do that?
No, she just suggests, what if he didn't get the girlfriend, but he got the dog?
Oh.
No, never mind. Nobody got that reference. Never mind. I take
moving
it
on.
back. Yeah, moving on. Wah, wah, wah.
That last joke apparently is hilarious in America, folks. So
if I may, Melvin Deeply in the chat. Shout out to Tim's Talk. I think he's in the chat. He's at 883 subs and trying to hit that 1,000 mark.
Yeah, good for him.
Help the guy out and subscribe.
He's great.
Do it. He's a top bloke. Do it.
I've been on with Tim's Talk before. He's a good chap. Go give him a goddamn sub, you man babies. Okay, so the baby, although the old lady was savaged to death, if I recall the scene exactly, ripped her throat out and chewed on her
this is a PG.
carotid artery. You missed it, Brown.
That was the director's cut.
You missed the bit where they chew the eyeball and spit it out. Anyway, after that scene, the baby is put onto the Grand Rapids there, and
right,
and eventually arrives in Hobotron.
Right.
It does have some Lord of the Rings vibes.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Major Lord of the Rings vibes.
I think one of the reasons why I really do not like Lord of the Rings.
What?
Oh, Brown. You're losing friends left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat. I know I'm a big letdown. I don't get it.
What? We're gonna have to have a chat after this.
Game of Thrones.
Well, Game of Thrones is great too, but you don't like Lord of the. All right, we'll have to talk about this afterwards.
Yeah,
the most recent one.
We're gonna have a proper chat.
What was the most recent one called?
Rings of Power. That's garbage, but
now I really do want to watch that.
Rings of Power. Okay, yeah.
No,
don't do it. So
wrong call, Brownie. So Brian, talk us through this scene, because this is the kind of really the start of the journey for Willow, isn't it? Our lead character. So what's going on here?
Yes, well, he doesn't really want to take ownership of this, and a lot of the themes in there is about responsibility. When it's thrust upon you, do you come up to the plate, or do you just not bother? And if it not bother, it'd be a very short film, probably a Ryan Johnson film. But, find out he really doesn't want to have anything to do with it, and we'll see later on when the child, who is known as the foretold princess of Tir Asleen, smiles at him, he all of a sudden starts to have a change of heart.
That's it. Unlike Luke on the island of Acto, who
Yes.
just always stays a miserable bastard, yes. But Willow has won round. So yes, they find the baby. There it is again. Lovely head of ginger hair. We never
Beautiful
get many
head of
gingers in
hair,
Hollywood
yes.
these days.
Yeah.
True story. I lost my. I'll share this with
no.
you. I lost
Oh,
my
no.
virginity to a beautiful, ginger-haired, gorgeous gal.
Lucky
Brown, you know your mic's on, don't you?
Oh, shit.
Did the carpet
two-
match the drapes, Brown?
I was just about to
I
ask the same
can
question.
confirm that is correct.
Nice.
And
You
Collars and
toxic
cuffs,
male.
folks. Collars and cuffs, yes. Moving on.
Yes.
no, we want to know more about this story, Brown. So this was, what was it? March? Did you say April?
Wasn't
It was-
polythene Pam, was
It
it?
was November 14th, 2022.
There we go. It's burnt into
500
memory.
quid.
Bargain.
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 on.
I didn't know you were charging so little these days, Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I can't believe we've gone down that road when we've got this beautiful image of the baby on screen. What the hell's going
Yes.
on? So we move on to a bizarre kind of farming scene because it's set up as Willow as this, family man and farmer, and then we get the introduction of, I have to say, on the rewatch, one of my less favorite characters, let's just say, this bald kind of townsman who just is acting as just a little bit skilled.
I remember that from when I was watching it. When I was doing looking at the slides tonight, I thought, I remember him.
Yeah, he's just on the rewatch. It was just a little bit like, rein it in a bit, old chap. But what did you make of him, Matt? This guy wanders
Oh,
into
this
the
guy's a
scene.
dick. He's like a dick for no reason. It's like ridiculous. Like, I can't remember exactly what he says here, but he's just like really mean to Willow. And he like, I don't know. I think at one point he points as his wife, and I'm like, don't point your finger at a woman. Like, stop that. You stop that right now. Yeah, I think he's like the magistrate or whatnot. I can't remember exactly what his job title is, but he's a total dick. Yeah, I didn't like him at all.
Yeah, and he does the job. He's the kind of he's the as we'll see later on, the butt of some of the jokes and so on. Although, look, Matt, while I've got you, can you read out the next comment from
Bring
the
it.
comments are flying in. Brownie's getting some stick for not liking Lord of the Rings, but this is the one I want you to read out, please, Matt.
Brown pegged by
Who? Sorry, who's it by? Who's it by?
Oh, Brown pegged by Ginger Trans from Huddersfield. I don't know where Huddersfield is. That must be an English.
You're not
thing.
missing anything.
I like how he says udders, as in cow udders.
Udders. I'm sorry, I've been drinking a little bit.
The from Huddersfield bit is the most offensive part of that whole.
I know. That's
accusation.
where Az is from. Moving on.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not too up on my English geography. Apologies.
Oh, disgraceful. At least you watched the movie, though, Matt. At least you watched the
I'm
movie.
going to watch it this week. I promise you.
That's
we'll
it,
do-
isn't it? A week later, that's all.
We'll do it
Dude, I
again
promise
next
you
week.
won't be disappointed. This really is such a great movie. I love this movie.
Here
Look
he
at
is,
him. Look at
Yeah.
chewing the goddamn
And you
scenery.
know, I honestly feel like Willow could take this asshole because I'm sorry, this guy doesn't seem that tough to me. He seems like one of those people that just talks a big talk. But I've had people in my life like this before, and I'm all like, listen, dick, I'm only 5'4", 100 nothing pounds. I will take you, okay? Like, you want to catch these hands? Keep talking. But Willow just takes it like a total pussy.
Yeah,
Would
it
he
takes
kiss
him a
him
while,
now, though?
doesn't
Would he
it?
give him a
to-
kiss now, though?
Oh,
That would be
Brown, please.
that would be an interesting turn of events.
If I may, Dark Side of the Walk. Mr. Brown Lions says me, can I get a shout out for my band's new single, Quirky Quips of the Quim? Thanks, old chap. Yeah, you need to send us an album as well.
Yes.
Moving on.
Good luck with the single, Walkie. We wish you well. So while Willow, anyway, back to the movie. We've explored Brown's losing his virginity and various other things. But anyway, back to the goddamn movie. So while Willow is being accosted by this slaphead, we have his wife and children have took a shine to this little ginger baby, and Willow is kind of very adamant that they shouldn't touch it. They should leave it where it is. But no, they've plucked it out of the water, and they're going to bring it back to their home, and this is going to kickstart a fabulous journey. I hope you're ready for this, Brown. And that was a quick turnaround, wasn't it? You can see he's already connecting. So what's everyone else's thoughts? I mentioned it in the intro, kind of, or shortly after. 17 was he here? Warwick Davies? Yeah,
Yes.
rather a young man to be fathering these two children, but I don't know. I'm sure he's playing a slightly older dwarf or whatever. No, Peck. I think, is it Peck that they're referred to?
That's what they're called, but they're Nelwyns. They're Nelwyns.
Right.
Yeah.
Have I done a Sam people thing? Have I been slightly?
A little bit, but I think
sorry.
it's okay because I think if you called a little
Dindins.
Peck dindins, if you called a little a peck these days, I think they would be like, "What the hell are you talking about, weirdo?"
Yes, they're called Pecks all the way through, but that's obviously an offensive term. Apologies to all the Pecks in the chat. I don't mean it. So we have a gathering of the town. I've got a bit of trivia for you all. I've done my homework, Brownie. So at the time, this movie auditioned the most dwarf actors out of any movie made, and this is a correct bit of trivia, not taking the piss here.
Even more than Snow White.
Well, they only needed the 12 for Snow White, but they needed a whole village full here, and I think they auditioned in excess of 200 dwarves.
Yeah.
But can we just give a moment of praise for this movie? And
Diversity done well.
I know Matt's going to back me up here. It's not often you see a dwarf actor in a lead role and made into a hero, not the kind of butt of the jokes. And fair play to George for writing it, and Lucasfilm and Ron for directing it. We need to give a doff of the cap.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Didn't people recently say that George is a racist?
Yeah, well, in this day and age,
so what the fuck's all this about then?
Yeah, yeah. But in this day and age, who isn't? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could say the sky is blue, and people are like, "Shut up, bigot," and you're like, "What?"
I don't know about you. I'm adjacent.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, God.
I think I did read that he did write this movie after meeting Warwick Davies on Return of the Jedi. So you are 110% right. And I love it. Can I just say, I love this little village that they got going on here. If you watch the new series, I know I keep bringing it up, but they're underground, like dwarves and stuff. And I'm like, what's going on here? This is so nice. I like this little homey feel that they've got with they've got this little little windmill thing going on over here on the right. They've got these like little ribbons hanging off this. It's just very homey, very
it's like Glastonbury.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very like a Renaissance fair, and I think it's charming. But and they really ruined it in the new series. They're all underground. It's very like dark.
Are they all 6 foot tall as well?
No, but I mean that would be interesting. But no, it's so. Listen, I don't want to get into the series too much right now, but it's not as good as this movie. This movie is fantastic. The series sucks.
Oh, yes, we will definitely touch on the series, and but yes, you're right. What a wonderful kind of village set, and there's some really nice sets in this movie, and we wouldn't expect anything less from George, and some of the locations as well. We drew comparisons with Lord of the Rings. I think a lot of this movie was shot in New Zealand as well as parts of England and Wales. So yeah, there we go. And I think someone in the chat, I think it was said, are they all white dwarf people? And at face value, they do appear to be predominantly. But we will find out later. I think one of the best dwarf fighters is a black dwarf.
Yeah.
So
Are they all privileged?
just the white ones.
Yeah.
Yes. The black one is prejudiced against. So here's Willow. Brian, we're starting to see a bit of Willow's character. He's essentially a wannabe
Stuntman.
magician of almost, or sorcerer, isn't it?
Magician, but he wants to be a sorcerer. But this is one
That's
of
it.
these scenes that has him kind of put down and not taken too seriously, so you get a bit of sympathy with him as the audience.
Yeah, so he's pulling off a little. Oh, hang on, let me rephrase that sentence. That started terribly. He's performing a magic trick, which goes well initially, and then what is he? Makes the pig disappear, doesn't he? And the crowd
Yeah.
see him into it, but sadly, it all goes wrong, and the pig escapes from its hiding spot, and poor Willow just can't get it. Nothing's
Yeah.
going right for him.
It's actually very important, this little bit for later on. Nice little bit of foreshadowing and plant some
Yes.
seeds. Most of the seeds that are planted are all paid off pretty well in this film.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Did
I
the
love how
pig-
his kids even laugh at him, like, "Oh, you fucked up, Dad."
Did the pig later star in Babe?
Yes.
Brown, we're not getting into your porn
Yep.
collection. I've told you, God knows how many times.
Moving on.
So we then have this. I mean, wow! Talk about a brilliant bit of casting. This guy just looks the part, doesn't he? This wise, I don't know, sorcerer type guy.
It's not Ian Davies,
It's
is
high.
it?
It's High Aldwin, played by Billy Bart.
There we go. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, I love him.
He's probably the only guy who could get away with being carried in by 4 dwarves. Imagine trying to do that in 2022. But here he is. He just looks fabulous, doesn't he? I mean, the
Yeah.
characterization in this movie, it's top notch. It is really good.
Pull my finger.
Right?
Normally, films like this would have been shot in 70mm, but this one was shot in 35mm.
Ah. Brownie with the trivia drop. He's trying to make up for his lack of watching this this movie, folks. He's trying hard.
That was a thinking man's joke, by the way. But moving on.
Oh God, I thought you. Okay.
Sorry,
He's had his tape measure out and his pants down again, everyone.
sorry.
Okay, so Warwick is Matt, can you explain the scene? Because it was a strange kind of test of.
Yeah, he
trying to find
asked
a new
him
apprentice or
which.
something, isn't it?
Yeah, he asked him which finger, I believe, does magic come from, and you pick a finger, and all of them are wrong. And I'm all like, yeah, I would just pick the middle finger, and then I flip him off. I'd be like, forget that. This is so stupid.
That's
But
what we used to do. We used to go pull this finger and then pull it.
right, exactly. But yeah, it's a weird dumb test, and then later on you find out, it's not a finger, but it's a weird test. I didn't like the test, but whatever. What are you gonna do?
In the new series, he does the test, and she's supposed to answer
God, here we go.
Right,
which finger.
yeah.
He says yours. She's supposed to say yours, but she picks one of his.
Right.
Ah.
Did she go they them?
No.
Moving on.
Well, it suddenly gets. I mean, from the tranquility of the village and the humor of the failed magician trick. It suddenly goes downhill rather quickly because we get these terrifying beasts appear once more.
Yeah.
And again, for a PG film, it is rather a scary scene.
Yeah.
Are they hunting for the baby? That's what they're doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been sent by Bavmorda to hunt down the baby.
Yeah, I think they're just sent to attack any baby, because they attack right. I don't know if there's a screen of it, or a screenshot of it, but they just attack a little carriage or whatnot. Not a carriage. What are those things called? The babies sleep in. Ah,
Buggy?
shit.
A buggy?
They attack a baby bed or whatnot, and there's some little people that are all like, "Oh no, my baby." So, but they're just attacking babies left and right.
Little people is the preferred term. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
Nothing
get it
problematic
politically
there,
correct.
Brownie.
I'm always
Yes.
sorry. I've got old-fashioned thinking. Sorry, moving on.
And Willow's a bit of a hero here because his little girl's stranded, and he comes to her aid. So we do know he has got some elements of bravery in him somewhere. And then the kind of I don't know, the warriors of the town kind of set upon this beast, and the poor Rottweiler really gets it, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
he does.
Yeah, give it a good sticking too.
I love how there's only like 2 warriors in this whole town. It's like, man,
yeah.
But they're
can-
good,
You know,
though.
it's-
isn't there a union or something in here?
He's not hiding her eyes from that at all. It's look at that, love. Oh,
Yeah. Rites of passage. You need to see one of these Rottweilers get it. And I'm sure later on they wouldn't waste that animal meat. That would be chopped up and cooked in the wok.
Yes,
So
stir
that's
I'd
fried.
eat it. Yeah, I'd eat it. I'll eat a pig's ass if you cook it right. So I don't care.
Before or after it's dead.
Yeah.
Boy, said he-
Can I just say real quick, this baby is cute, but Willow's wife is very unattractive. Like, I'm sorry, I would not smash her.
But she's
at
beautiful
all.
inside.
Yeah, where it counts, but I'm not interested on the inside. So
You know, Matt, I have to say this. Even as a kid watching this movie, I always thought she was massively punching. I always thought Willow was.
She's got a very round head.
I
Looking at her.
could never see the attraction. I
It's a
thought
round-
Willow.
She's got a round head. Have you seen it? That's what
Yeah.
it is.
yeah, forehead. She's got a 5 head. Like, it's like I could fit my whole palm on there. I
Do you know
mean,
what horrifies? You know what horrifies me? The thought that someone who may have been in this show or an extra, whatever, decides to tune in to see what a live stream would be saying. Say it was this lady, for example, and we were just
sorry.
talking about how fucking pot ugly she is.
Welcome to the toxic male masculinity testosterone channel.
Oh,
Sorry, James Cameron.
it's terrible, isn't it? I know she might be sitting at home thinking nothing going on, thinking, I wonder if anyone's still
Bad
talking
now.
about Willow. She sees a live stream on it, tunes in.
you know, I don't care.
Oh, dear.
If she came on here, I'd be like, listen, fix your face, okay? I don't care. I don't care about your feelings. Like, that's. Listen, I'm sorry. God blessed me with a cute face. Okay, you know.
We won't read that, by the way.
Obviously, we're going to have to score her though. So come on, chat. I mean,
Can I just say though, I have to say a regret of mine before I got married is that I didn't smash a little person. I would have done it too.
For God's sake.
Shall I go first?
come on,
do it.
Brownie.
Out of 10, 1. I'd give her 1.
You'd give her 1. You give
Generous.
Her 1, right? I feel as though we need a different scale. It's how many pints would it take
Oh.
before you could give her 1?
I mean,
1.
Yeah, I wouldn't take. I mean, like, yeah. If I was single, I mean, like, listen, you know, you got to get yours. You know what I'm saying?
Appion has made
Hello, Appion.
Appy 0N has made a very obvious observation. I think we may have all missed Ron Howard with the redhead savior.
Oh,
Of
Yeah.
course, Ron being a ginger before he lost all his locks.
that's
and,
why we always read Appion's comments, because
See?
the guy's on point every
he's
time.
on point. Appion, congrats,
point.
sir.
Move along.
Normally it's just sex jokes, but someone's coming up with some actual factual comments. I like it.
in.
So we're in the kind of town hall, and we're kind of debating. I think
Is it
the
mass
debate is what to do with the baby, isn't it, Brian? What's the lowdown?
Sorry, I was slightly.
Brian's fell asleep.
It looks
everyone.
like
I've just found out that Tony Cox is in this, who is the little person in Bad Santa, and I'm
you're
taken
joking.
aback.
That is a great film.
Mm,
Should we do Bad Santa over Christmas? I think we should.
absolutely.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely, that'd be good. Yep.
You say that is you say that's a debate.
This is going downhill rapidly. Oh no,
Hello, Tim.
Tim's enjoying it. That's
This
the
is
main
why I
thing.
come here.
Franco's given this a good 5 minutes of thought, and then he's come up with a very exact 5.5 pints. That's what it would
And a
take.
packet of pork scratchings.
Oh, it's dreadful.
Oh.
This is
So-
a town meeting, and he
Yes, thank you, Brian.
the High Aldwin. He consults the bones, which is in the new series
yeah,
as well.
yeah. The bones.
decide. Get to where you go, son.
Dark Side of the Walk is made an interesting thought. Were any action figures made for this film? It was obviously came out at prime time for action figures, but I don't recall it. I don't know.
No,
Is
I
it-
don't think there was.
There
no.
were
No.
there were a few computer games made for this, believe it or not,
Hmm.
back in the day.
There's certainly not going to be much merch for the latest TV series, so don't hold your breath on that, folks. So I think it's been decided, hasn't it, that, and this is the start of the classic hero's journey, which we know George loves so much. So it's been decided that Willow is going to take the baby away to a place of safety where there's no Rottweilers and fur coats to savage it, and away from the Queen. He has to
Is that
say
the same
goodbye.
woman?
It's the same woman. Is she appealing?
Pretty
appealing
there.
to you now? Oh, okay, Brown. The one on the right, that's the one we're talking about. Don't
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It must be the headscarf.
you? Okay, that does it for you, does it?
Yeah.
A thing for grannies, bro.
Oh, definitely.
Hold on.
May I read a comment before this stream disintegrates?
Do it.
In the chat, Appion,
Oh, demonetized immediately.
back when little people got work in Hollywood.
Right.
Yes, I will
Ain't that the
say
truth?
thanks to Peter Dinklage and his big gob,
Yeah.
which is why they don't get work nowadays.
Yeah, because he wants all the work for himself.
Mm.
Okay, so in this scene, she cuts off her hair. So because he's got it in his hand right there, she cuts off her hair to send it with him, which I always, even as a little kid, I always thought this was a weird notion. Like, I'm like, what is he going to do with your hair, honey? Like, what, burn it in the fire? I'm so confused because I'm all like,
Genetic research?
I mean, I guess, but like the whole time I'm just like, what is he gonna do with a braid of your hair? Like nothing. What is he gonna smell it like a big weirdo? It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's a Nelwyn thing. I don't know.
Brian, would you care to read it?
Walk's pulled it out of the bag there, hasn't he?
He has, he's on fire.
There'll be one more scale.
The Wok is on fire every week, but he's absolutely knocking it out the park today.
You know me, Brown. I do love to read out a comment, but that's deeply problematic. So
It is.
Franco's got your card, Brownie, so we know you're into red hair and headscarves.
500 quid, folks.
At Huddersfield. You'll have to come over, Matt, and we'll show you the delights
I'm
of
sorry,
Huddersfield.
I'm not doing that.
I would check out Heads Fields. Is that what it's called? I don't know.
Huddersfield.
Huddersfield.
You'll love the accents. It's a beautiful place.
Right on.
there is your man Tony Cox on the left there.
Oh, right.
Wait, which one? Which one on the left?
The gentleman of colour on the left.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Tony Cox.
Right on.
Yeah, it's not a dance move, Brown. It's not an instruction.
Yeah.
So this is Willow's departure. Another
Yeah.
character there you'll notice on the far right is Geoddi from Star Wars.
Oh, right on.
Is the giant rock. We managed to get him a cameo in this film. And just look at this. I mean,
Yeah, it's really nice.
it's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, I
It's
don't know
great.
if there's a little bit of CGI going on, but I just think this is the beauty of New Zealand, and really is some nice scenes. Brown, are you regretting not watching this now? It's.
I am. Brian, can you sort this out for me, please?
Sort what out for you?
The film.
What do you mean to watch it? It's a bit late, Brown.
to watch it.
Locking the gate once the horse is bolted there, Brown.
Could you ISDN it to me now, please?
I'll give you my Disney Plus password.
Oh, yes.
Oh, get in.
Time Prophet says, I hear Willow's full of lesbians now. Tim, it feels
Oh,
like
yeah.
the opportune moment before Willow gets stuck into his journey to talk maybe a little bit about the TV show, because this is why we decided on this movie. With Disney Plus have just dropped the Willow
Hashtag,
series with Warwick Davis,
Trending.
but I only managed 15 minutes of it before I bailed. It was god awful. But Matt, what did you make of it? Give us your thoughts.
This show is terrible. I was really bummed after watching the first 2 episodes. I covered on my channel, but it was terrible. They turned Willow into a Karen. They're like Time Prophet said, the princess is of Sorsha's children. She has twins. The female is an angry lesbian, which is a stereotype. Like I'm all like, aren't these woke writers trying not to get away from stereotypes? And she's an angry lesbian. The prince is a little fembot of a prince, and then Elora Danan is a blonde now instead of a redhead because Hollywood hates redheads for some weird reason. And then like it's so weird because you're just like, what's going on here? And the whole time I'm like, it's so bad. I hate the show, but I'm going to keep watching it because, reasons.
Oh.
I don't understand this redhead thing.
I don't either.
Why? Why
Yeah,
is there this deep-rooted hatred in Cricklewood about all this?
Yeah. Redheads can be hot. I mean, the
Yeah.
freckles aren't that great, but
Yeah.
I don't get it either. I wish
Brownie, Brownie, I've
smashed
got
a
a job
redhead.
for you here. Someone's just picked up on Matt's use of the word bummed. Can you give the alternate meaning here in the UK?
Bummed, a bit of a different meaning in the UK.
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
not a pleasant
Backdoor
experience.
shenanigans.
Not a pleasant experience, especially if it's dry.
Gotcha. I was
Good
upset. Is that a right word? I don't know.
That's
You
better,
British
yes.
are weird with your English. We perfected it. It's fine.
After all, the Americans did invent the language.
We did.
Time
It's
Prophet's
American
given-
now.
Time Prophet, behave.
Time Prophet's given
Behave.
two descriptions. I've chosen the least
Behave.
offensive one.
I'm going to time
The
you
other
out.
one is not going up on the screen.
Behave.
Good God, what have you attracted into this chat room, Brian? What is going on?
Only the best. Only the best.
You asked me on to talk about a
Oh, look at
children's fairy tale movie, and we've had. Oh God, good God! I don't even want to recall.
Yeah, this is
what we've
really
had so
nice.
far.
Even if this is a map painting, it's really nice. I enjoy
Beautiful,
this
yeah.
immensely.
Yeah. So at this point, it doesn't. They don't stay as a group for very long, do they? But at
No.
this point, you almost think, oh, it's going to be this little tribe of vertically challenged people on a journey. But yes, very soon they all kind of leave Willow and his best buddy to it, and his the annoying slaphead one.
Is the TV series now? Anybody?
Yes.
See the Disney Plus, yes.
With what you've seen of it, are there little people in that? Or have they kind of, or has Drinkledge just fucked it up for everybody?
I mean, I bailed so early, I didn't
Anybody?
even get to see Warwick
There are.
Davies turn up.
Yes, there are.
Oh, okay, right, okay. So, so
obviously
Drinkledge
Warwick's-
hasn't. Yeah, okay.
Warwick plays obviously a key part, but he's very much the Jake Skywalker version of Willow, I'm afraid. Yeah, the tone of it is all over the place, very similar to The Last Jedi. And
Jake Willow.
I'm afraid so. Yes.
Brown, I was going to ask you to read out this comment, but last time you did something like
Yeah,
this,
I thought that
nearly
on
got
the
banned from YouTube.
on the previous scene, where the waterfalls, it looked like Planet of the Apes.
It did a little bit, yeah. You're right, actually.
Yeah, like Cornelius is in the front
Yes, yeah. Okay,
there. Right,
nicely swerved. Well done. Oh, where are we going? There he is. Nice close-up shot of this angry little man.
He obviously likes
yeah.
a pint.
For sure.
Yes, he's got. It's a double chin, but it's a rather large double chin, isn't it? He's got
A fine skirted eggshell haircut.
Yeah, his hairstyle. Let's go back. I want to analyze his hairstyle.
like
See, I would
mine.
call this a skullet.
The skull,
It is a
yeah, for
mullet,
sure,
yeah.
for sure.
Comes under the mullet.
Yeah.
I admire people who embrace that look. You know, he's absolutely
do ya?
rocking the dome head, and as a
Ah.
fellow round-headed human, I do appreciate
Here you
it.
go in the chat, Mr. Brown Alliance. Oh, that's me. Hashtag Skullet.
Skullet, folks.
Yeah, I say just shave it
Excellent.
off. Get rid of the
Excellent.
hair. There's no point. There's no point.
Oh no, I like the Bill Bailey look. I do like
Oh
it.
man.
Oh, here you go, folks. MJuke84. Hello, MJuke. Is this Willow or Time Bandits? That's a good question. That is a
I mean,
fantastic
Time Bandits,
question.
one of my other favorite films, and yeah, it has got a similar vibes, hasn't it? But not just for the
Will you be coming back for that
diminutive
one?
actors.
I think Time Bandits is worth review.
Yes,
at some
it's
point.
an excellent
Yeah.
film. So we have, I mean, one of many great locations. This old castle.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
we have Queen Bavmorda and
Mm,
ready yourself, Brownie. We have got a hottie for you here.
Oh,
another redhead.
Sorsha, the beautiful Sorsha.
beautiful.
Can I just say, in the when I was growing up, when I first saw this movie, they had these toys, and they were small, like little, like 3-inch figurines or whatever, kind of like D&D figures. And Sorsha was the only figure that I had from Willow, and I wanted all of them, but it was the only one that I had, and she was on a horse. It was awesome.
Yeah, so she's a great character, and I'm momentarily distracted because everyone seems to be using the same pun in the chat of horse bandits. So I don't know which comment to go with. There's about 7 of them, but well done, everyone. All your brains went to the same goddamn place. But anyway, we've got Bavmorda and Sorsha is Bavmorda's daughter, I believe.
Yes.
And
Yes.
at this point, she's kind of presented as an equally evil character, isn't she? And she's going to
Yes.
set out to do Bavmorda's bidding. And what about the design, Brian? I know you like your design elements. What about the design of some of the henchmen, the armor, and the look of the evil warriors? What do you make of those?
Yeah, they're pretty cool, and I think some of these have been copied here and there. I think specifically the Lord of Bones in Game of Thrones. But it's all got a very nice George Lucas feel about the whole thing. Yep.
It has. It really has. Appion is digging. Sorsha. Yes. She is.
Yeah, the costumes are fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
agree.
really are. Great sets, great costumes, written by Lucas.
That's where the money went, obviously.
Sexy redhead.
Oh.
What do you want, Brownie? Good God.
Speaking of Sorsha, the singing detective is being repeated again on BBC this week.
Let me see. I think I'm going to ask Matt to read this comment out. Are you ready, Matt?
I am ready. I'm ready and willing.
Brace
Here we
yourself.
go. Here we
Here we
go.
go. Who's
All
it
right.
from, first of all?
Dark side of
Dark
the wall.
Side of the Walk. She shags Sorsher on the seashore. No, a tongue twister there.
Oh, God. Walk's on fire.
Walk is pretty great. He's pretty great.
Wok has gone full oil in the wok tonight, and he's burning it up. Well done, Wok. We appreciate it. I'm convinced no other channel has this kind of quality in the chat room.
Absolutely
Slightly
Thank
veers
fuck.
to the perverted now and then, but
Slightly,
yeah,
slightly.
just slightly. Anyway, we
It's
are
'cause you're
back
on.
to the forest and Willow and some of his other dwarven comrades, and this very
look
Lord
at
of the
that.
Rings, isn't it? You know, this kind of
It is Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
And
this
one
massive-
thing we missed was earlier when the bald guy with the skullet, the baby puked on him because he's a dick and he deserves it. I just want to say that.
I left that out because I knew we would all be drinking this evening. I didn't want to have people leaving in droves
Yeah.
again.
He has a few unfortunate moments, doesn't he, old Skullet?
He deserves it. He's a
He
douche.
does. He does. He truly does. So we have a little campfire going and a dwarven camp out. Interesting one from Melvin. Hello, Melvin. Skeletor looking bad guy reminded me of the baddie in Beastmaster.
Oh,
And
yeah,
obviously of Skeletor as well. I don't know
yeah.
Beastmaster. Can someone illuminate
I
me?
think that was Mark Singer and Tanya, I forget her name. She was in Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, I love Beastmaster. So
yeah,
good.
I think he had a lion. He could talk to animals.
Yeah, he had Kodo and Podo. They were ferrets.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
all three movies, even the third one. It's ridiculous, but I love it.
Dark Side of the Walk also drawing comparisons with Krull and Dark
Oh,
Crystal,
yeah.
two other
I love
classic
Krull.
80s
Same writer as Krull.
fantasy.
This is? Oh, I didn't know that. That's so good.
Yep. And who's also, God, is it Bob Dolman? I think his name is.
That is very good trivia.
He also
I love
wrote.
Krull.
He wrote
Excellent
one or
trivia.
two of the episodes of the new series as well.
Ah, okay.
So we get to this part of the film, and we're about to meet one of the most charismatic characters and actors, for that matter, and it is Madmartigan himself,
God, I love Madmartigan.
Val Kilmer. And I really should go to Brian on this one because I know he's a big fan. So, Brian, what do you make of Val playing the fabulous Madmartigan?
Yeah, an excellent performance. I think it's played very much tongue in cheek, which
Yeah.
I think he's the kind of like the Han Solo of this film, and he plays it very well. He can do the kind of serious parts. I believe he ad-libbed quite a lot of this, and I think one of the scenes where he's using a bit of poetry. Val is a big poetry fan, and I suspect he probably wrote that himself and was probably saying a lot of that from the heart straight to Joanne Whalley at the time.
He had it bad.
I didn't know he ad-libbed a lot of this movie. That's interesting.
Or
I think
married.
that's a kind of Juilliard school training that he has. A lot of them do the same kind of thing.
Yeah, so he's got. You're right to draw the comparison with Han Solo, Brian, because he has that. He starts off as a kind of roguish, selfish character who doesn't want to get involved in the quest, and obviously we see the good in him, and he comes around in the end. But he does play the part brilliantly.
He's a great actor.
He is a great actor, yes.
There is talk about him coming back possibly for season 2 of the Willow TV series. He was kept
Really?
out of it because of the COVID, and obviously with his health issues, that could be problematic.
Yeah,
for him. I
it
think
was-
that Star Wars girl said that he was played to be the deadbeat dad, which isn't true if you watch episode 2 of it.
Right. I really wish they wouldn't have. I don't know. But Warwick Davies and I believe Ron Howard said that he would play a crucial role, and I'm putting up quotations there. And I don't see it because he's not there. How can you play a crucial role if you're not there? It's really weird.
Yeah,
But
I think it'd probably be more likely to be a cameo or something, the same way they did with
I
Mark
really-
Hamill.
I
Especially now
really
they've got
hope so.
they've got the voice. It's like kind of
Like
deep
the-
fake for voices. No.
Yeah, like they did in Top Gun Maverick, the second one with Val Kilmer. He was only in there for a hot second. I hope that they do that at least just to get him in there.
I think we're going to do Top Gun Maverick at some point. Christmas.
Oh,
New Year's.
nice. Yeah.
Yes,
anybody-
get me on Brown. Brown,
Top
I've
Gun
still
Maverick,
not
yes.
seen it. Can you believe I've still not seen it?
What?
I've
you're
not
missing
seen
out.
it, but I will.
And
I will.
you've got the audacity to say I've not watched this.
We're not covering it tonight, God damn it! But look, I will. A big original Top Gun fan. I will most definitely watch it and would love to be
Yeah,
on that
do it.
stream.
Top
As it
Gun Maverick,
happens, side note, I was actually dressed as Maverick from Top Gun today, bizarrely. This isn't a gag. The hockey team I play for, if you win man of the match, you're given a Top Gun outfit. So I was sat in a pub wearing a Top Gun outfit today. There we go.
Nice.
Well, you're going to have to wear that then for the stream.
Yes.
I will, yes, I'll do my best. So Time Prophet made an observation that this is in fact the first ever Black Dwarf, apparently. I'm sure that's entirely factual. And Dark Side of the Walk followed it up with
Sorry.
it's what did he say?
That's me, sorry.
It's Dwayne Johnson, but just really far away.
Yeah, I love these littles. They're warriors. They're very cool. There's only 2 of them though. Like I'm all like,
Yeah.
out of your whole village, there's only 2 dudes to step up.
Yes, I mean you've got Skullet in the background there, always shoving other people in front. You've got Warwick's mate, who doesn't really do a lot actually in this movie. I noticed on the rewatch, and then yes, they do seem rather understaffed. And look at this child acting. I know it's not
Bonnie.
acting as
Very
such, but it's
adorable.
just yes, Fabulous. You're right. Brian's probably right though. They often use like twins and things, don't they? So
I want to
Yeah.
say this
overlap.
was a twin. I thought I just read something because I was looking up something before this. I think this is twins when they
Mm,
were doing it.
yeah, they often do. Look at that shot of the skull.
Oh.
That's perfect. That
With a
is
hoodie as well.
absolutely. It's like that. I may have competition for the roundest dome in Hollywood here, folks. That's damn near perfect.
It
Warwick,
just needs 3 holes in the top.
No.
3 finger holes.
Strike.
I just love his. How long has it taken to grow that skullet, though? He's really committed to that,
I'm not
hasn't
far behind him, to be fair.
he? Someone
Yeah, but he
said it-
seems like one of those dudes that holds on to his hair because he, has
I'm
nothing
not
else.
Again, I say I'm not far behind him.
Dark side of the walk, who could be covering a skullet for
Yes.
all we know with the walk, but he says it's an ostrich egg in a nest. There we
Totally
go.
true.
Yes, we're going full free reign on the ball jokes in the chat. So
I was
off you
just
go,
going
folks.
to quickly say to Dark Side of the Walk, have you got a link to your album where we could listen to it online if you do such things? If you have,
For
throw
sure.
one in.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Dark
Yeah.
Side. If you got a easy, if you got a link, throw it in, mate.
Yeah, we
Moving on.
like to grandstand people, don't we?
We're all
Brian?
musicians here, aren't we?
Indeed,
Moving on.
indeed we are. Okay, I kind of lost my track, but no, we're still at this scene where Madmartigan is in the. What do they describe it as, Matt? Is it a crow's cage or something?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember what they describe it as, but he's
It's like an Iron Maiden or something, isn't
yeah,
it? It's
yeah,
like
yeah. And the rest of the group has left him and his little friend here. I can't remember his name off the top of my head either. Because they've decided that they're gonna bail out because they're pussies. These two are just hanging out eating, I don't know, rabbit meat or something.
Well, dog, probably.
Probably those Rottweilers from before.
Another beautiful shot. I mean,
look at
come
that.
on, let's show some appreciation.
Let's hear it for New Zealand.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. Yeah.
Appion, as I think he's nailed it. It is Crow's Cage, as I was
Again,
describing the film. I think the idea
Appion
being they
on
are
point.
left to rot and for the crows to peck at. So
Ooh.
there
Yeah,
we
the
go.
Iron Maiden's a box that's got spikes
Yes.
on both sides and you close it.
That's right. Yes, you're right, Brian, and a fabulous.
Oh, I love this
80s
scene where
metal
he's.
band.
Oh, I love this scene because he's like, hey, you got water there, and he's like, can I just have a little bit? And then he gives, and like right before he gives it to him, he like drops it, and then he like licks his fingers. I don't know if you have a slide of that, but he like licks his fingers and everything because there's like an army coming forward of the good people fighting Madmartigan or Beth Morda.
Morda, yeah.
I love that he drops the cup and he like licks his fingers. He's like and everything. It's so good, so good.
You're right. It's a great scene. I enjoyed that on the rewatch. There's some real nice comedic moments, which it's a family film, and it's good to have those moments. So we're introduced to another character here. I can't recall him, but he's a warrior.
Eric? Is it
Eric.
Eric?
Eric,
Yeah.
of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Played by Gavin O'Hurley, who actually just passed away last
Oh,
year.
that's a bummer.
No, that's a shame.
Good looking dude,
and
though. I'm jealous.
Madmartigan's son in the new TV series is named after him.
Oh, look at
okay.
that! Wow! Look at him.
Yeah, so at first he has a bit of bants with Madmartigan, but shows no interest in releasing him from the cage. Again, we hear Madmartigan's a bit of a selfish character. He doesn't believe in fighting for causes. So obviously we're setting up that character turn.
Yeah, but I do love how he practically begs for Eric to take him with him. He's like, you need me, Eric, and I'm all like, does he though? And then later on you find out like maybe he did need you because they end up losing.
Props for Appion. He's a fan because he's quoting the actual line there. I do recall that from the rewatch. Madmartigan says, "Give me a sword and I'll win this war for you." Yes, I hope you're enjoying our breakdown, Appion. I'm glad we've got a few people who are enthusiastic about this one. It's good to
Right.
see, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, for sure. And I do love that, like, this is old school filmmaking where they had to hire
Mm,
all these people and make
yeah,
armor for every single one of them, these shields and everything. I do appreciate it. It's something that's not done too much these days.
yeah. It's so easy just to go CGI, isn't it? But
Yeah.
so I think this is where they release Madmartigan under the agreement that basically Warwick is handing over the baby because it's a human baby to Madmartigan, or sorry, not human, but of his ilk, of his type. And it looks like Warwick's just going to return home. I think his little friend is encouraging him to do so. And I mean,
He also,
Brian, you can take
sorry,
us
he
through the
also
scene.
says that I think of all the ladies that I know that can take care of him, and that's the idea.
Right.
Ah, of course, yes. Yes, and the baby, I don't know if we've got it, but the baby clearly doesn't take much of a liking to Madmartigan.
Does anybody know how Kilmer got the role?
No, tell us.
No, I was asking.
Oh.
Brownie, you can't come in like that without a punchline.
John
sorry.
Cusack apparently was trying to get the role. He was desperate to get it, and Kilmer won it.
Oh, man.
It's Brian, you'll probably know, where does this fit into Kilmer's filmography? Obviously, it's after Top Gun. Is there what else comes kind of before and after around it?
After it, he did a film. Oh God, I can't remember the name of the title with his wife at the time. Believe it or not.
Ah,
I think obviously Top Secret was in 1984, Top Gun 1986. So just
Yeah.
between those two films, I can't
Yeah.
believe in between.
It's an interesting choice, isn't it? But but it's nice to see him do this kind of just fun, have a bit of fun, and really embrace it. And as points out, decent world building, showing greater events going on, such as the marching army, rather than loads of verbal exposition. And it's that kind of exposition garbage we see a lot of these days, rather than as Matt was saying there, the efforts that go into the world building. So, yes. Now at this point, we get to meet the brownies.
I love the brownies. They're my favorite part.
Mr. Brown's gonna like them.
Yeah.
So
They
the
haven't showed up.
brownies. Well,
Sorry.
Matt, you tell us a bit about the brownies. What are they
They're
exactly?
they're like these they're like little people, you know. Well, then not like not like little people. They're like regular sized
smaller.
people, but very tiny people, like very tiny, and they're really great. I personally, they're my favorite part of this movie. Yeah, they're just great. They're just great.
Yeah, so we've kind of gone. I mean, I mentioned at the start it has tropes of various things, whether it's fairy tales or Lord of the Rings. This reminds me of like a Gulliver's Travels moments where we have obviously we've had the dwarfs, but now we've gone even smaller again. And there's a moment where Warwick and his friend are tied up, a lot like what happens in Gulliver's Travels. So, we do know George likes to refer to these classic texts. So we have these little brownies. What do you think about that, Brown?
Fantastic.
I thought you'd like it.
Moving on. Why are they called brownies?
Because they're the signers of brownies. Duh.
In the brownies.
Okay.
Time profits.
Warwick looks like a bald Ewok.
Oh, good God. Poor Warwick.
I was just thinking, going back to a previous comment about world building, a lot of modern day stuff is kind of what I'll coin this phrase. I just thought of it: walk and talk.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas
Game of
one of the
Thrones,
guys
90% is that, yeah.
Yeah, whereas one of the guys said it was just world building. No talking, just action, just doing stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, you've got to think of the audience for this, and it was mainly a kind of family audience and a child audience. So you've got to give them these, amazing visuals and take them on the journey. And here's this Gulliver's Travels scene where they're tied up, and the little brownies, I think, are going to, I don't know what they're planning to do, attack them or kill them.
I love this. Yeah,
let's look at that. Do we know whether Warwick is sporting some kind of wig here, or is this all his own hair? Or
I think that's a stunt performer.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No.
I did wonder this because he does a lot of, getting kicked about and falling off things in this movie. He really does.
And this was a lot of the stuff, like you can tell that they filmed it separately, like the brownies and the Nelwyns and everything, but so good. I love it. Even these fairies.
He's like Madmartigan. You know, Madmartigan was very nimble.
Yeah.
Because he had a low center of gravity.
Ah, is that what it is?
I love this fairy scene. It's so good.
Yeah, well, take us through the scene, Matt, because this,
I don't remember the high fairy's name right here, but so these fairies, they come in and she basically tells him to find oh gosh, what's her name? The high the witch lady. Oh, what's her name? Finn Rizal.
Yes.
I believe her name Rizal. Rizal is her name.
Patricia Hayes.
She tells her to find her to help him out to help in the battle to defeat Beth Morda.
That's it, and this is really the crux of the. This is where Warwick effectively then we see in the next scene says goodbye to his friend, and he's going to take it from here. And now get ready for this, Brown. You're going to enjoy this, Brown. Get your Kleenex at the ready, because we are going to I guess it's like a tavern kind of place.
I know what's coming.
And Warwick goes in. You always get these scenes, don't you? Whether it's a canteen or wherever it may be. It's a tavern. They're getting lots of strange stirs. A lot like Huddersfield, this actually, Matt. This is what it's like walking into a pub in Huddersfield.
He's gone for a piss.
Oh, he's gone for okay. Didn't miss much.
You'll never know.
And here she is.
What?
Here she is, Brown.
What?
True trans representation.
Representation. That's Kilmer.
It is Kilmer. Why are you aroused? Kilmer. So, Brian, I'll let you.
More curious than aroused at this moment.
Am curious? Brian, I'll let you explain the setup and the reason for this, because there is a narrative reason for this scene.
Warwick, Willow is trying to avoid a fight in the pub, and he falls backwards through, and he gets into this room, and here is our man Madmartigan. I can't remember why he's in this. Is he having an affair with someone? And
yes.
Our man comes in, and he's got to pretend that he's a lady very quickly. Unfortunately, the man gets the hots for him.
I'm loving the hairy chest.
It's a very bizarre scene which borders on the rape being almost rapey, where
it gets very, very much like that if you watch it later on.
But this is a PG.
Yeah.
What?
So this is the moment where the guy who the husband of the wife who Madmartigan is having an affair with, and he's dressed as a woman.
It's not Terry Gilliam, is it?
And then her huge husband barges into the room, and the wife introduces Madmartigan as, I can't remember the name, but essentially her maiden, or I don't know, but and he takes a bit of a shine to her, doesn't he? Which is a bit strange. I mean, it's right in front of his wife, and he does get a little bit forceful with his advances.
Do you notice the Han Solo Return of the Jedi hand placement there?
Are they pansexual?
I don't know, but I love this scene. It's like, hey, how you doing, guys?
But very loud.
Sorry, problem.
Oh, it's Brown. You missed
Night,
it, man.
Andy.
Brown was saying he's feeling slightly strange tingles that he's never felt before. Feeling a bit curious about this
Hey,
scene.
mate, don't knock it till you try it.
I'll knock it. Just not like fun at all.
What I found funny is he's, other than maybe wearing a pink
Right.
dress and a shawl, he doesn't seem to make any other discernible effort to look female.
Right.
with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just covers his 5 o'clock
Yeah,
shadow, and that's
right.
about it.
Yeah.
It has a Some Like It Hot vibe, Jack Lemmon.
Yes, it really does. Even the voice, he doesn't make too much of an effort with the voice, does he?
Yeah.
Cute little baby, and
Very cute.
he's still trying to play himself. Now, this is where I believe Sorsha's turned up.
Yeah, and he's
Sorsha's turned up, and he's still trying to play himself off as a
Yeah. He's like-
lady.
Yeah, he's like, hey, don't touch my baby.
He does.
Hey,
And-
do you guys like my Adam's apple?
And then
Hilda!
it's
Hilda, that's his
revealed.
name.
Hilda, is that
Sorry.
what it is? Hilda. Brilliant. Brilliant. Hilda. So, Dark Side of the Walk thinks we've now veered into Excalibur or Princess Bride territory. I mean, it's got all of those vibes.
I love both those movies.
Yes, it really is. So he's revealed as not a lady, and he has to make a dashing escape. Do like the design on this tavern or whatever it is,
I agree.
brothel or whatever it may be. It's kind of reminds me of Shakespeare's theatre. What's it called? The Round Theatre.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I agree.
Really fantastic.
In fact, that's the exact same thing I thought when I first saw this.
Yeah, the Globe, is it? The Globe? I don't know.
Yes.
And so this is now a great, very George Lucas style chase scene ensues here, which we've seen often before in Indiana Jones and Star Wars and so on, where Madmartigan is escaping, and in hot pursuit are Bavmorda's army. And Warwick, this is, I think you've caught the actual moment, Brian, where Warwick leaps from the veranda and lands in the back of the cart.
Good for him.
Yeah. What do you think, Brian? Do you get kind of Indiana Jones vibes on this scene?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
It's really pretty well done. And the wheels coming off the cart and it's still going.
Yeah.
You can tell they put a lot of time and effort into it.
Yeah, you've got a lot going on, haven't you? You've got Madmartigan riding the horses, Warwick trying to look after the baby, you've got the brownies in the back trying to do their thing. There's a lot going on here. It's great. And it's all live action. Really good stuff. There's Warwick clinging on for dear life. Dark Side of the Walk saying he's got 2 skullets under that blouse. What does he use for the boobs? Because they are extraordinary.
I don't remember. Yeah, they. I don't know, but we should ask that guy from Canada. What's his name?
Trudeau.
Trudeau.
The shop
Trudeau.
teacher. The shop teacher. What did he get?
Oh,
What did he
yeah,
get? Those off
the woodwork
Amazon.
teacher. Yeah. I wonder what happened to him.
He's still working.
Her. Surely her. For God's sake.
Oh, look at this. This is a great action scene. It really is.
So
I did
good.
enjoy this. So this is where we see Madmartigan in action, fighting off the stormtroopers, or the equivalent, and chucking them off the cart. It really is a good non-stop action scene, this. Whoa, look at the grimace, though.
Yeah, it's so good.
They can fly now.
It does have
Fly,
that vibe.
Bobby.
Oof. Whoa. Has this, Brian, has this been remastered? It does look particularly good.
Some of it looks quite fresh. I don't know if it's been
Yeah.
remastered. It's certainly, it's
it
the
was,
higher,
yeah,
the
recently,
HD version or the Blu-ray version. But there was so many things I wanted to include, but it was very blurred all the way through for the most part. It was a bit of a shame.
Warwick
Yeah, it is hard
clinging
to.
on for dear life to his wig.
Bad hair day there.
Yeah. Maybe when he's finished with that wig, he can give it to the skullet guy. He would appreciate
I'll gladly take it.
the coverage. Now, this is what really reminded me of Indiana Jones. You have the old dragging him
Absolutely.
along scene. Yeah. And he plays it well. He's in, obviously, great physical condition, isn't he, Val Kilmer, at this point? Oh, lovely scene where
Yeah.
the star flies into the wood. And Warwick saying, "Slow down, we've got a baby on board." And obviously, Madmartigan just whips
Are
the
those
horses.
space horses?
They're not brown. You'll only get that kind of fine storytelling in the Disney trilogy. So no, they're just regular horses.
Okay.
Sorry to disappoint. The star does look superimposed this time.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah.
Puffer points out. Yeah, let's go back, have another look. It does. Yeah, strangely out of place, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't look, when you see the actual clip, it doesn't look as if it's superimposed. It looks as if it's some kind of practical effect.
Yeah. Says even the shite armor is better than the how do you say that word?
Numenorian.
Man boob armor in
Yeah, the
rangs of.
t-shirts. Fucking,
I agree.
Time Prophet suggests Tom Cruise could have played Willow. Could have
You'd have to wear stilettos though.
And he is
We
better
could've-
looking.
paired them back up again, Val and Tom. So anyway, they escape, and Madmartigan's really had enough of it all. He's like, "No, I'm done with you, Willow. I'm done with this cause." But he's drawn in once more by this charming little baby. How cute! Look at
Oh,
that.
Very cute.
Beautiful. I love the how grimy and dirty Madmartigan's hands are. You know, a lot of time nowadays we don't really go to that extent of, but you
Right.
can see how really grimy his hands are.
Hmm.
And it's the brownies, Matt. We know you love the brownies.
I love them. They're my favorite.
What do they call the brownies? Do you know
Mister.
the
Mm.
individual names?
I don't the characters' names.
Yeah,
Oh, what are their names?
it's
I'm sure.
it's Rule and Frangine.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And the one on the smaller one on the left is also rocking a skullet. We find out later on.
Yeah.
Which surprised me when he removed his hat. The other guy's got a fabulous head of hair, hasn't he? It's
He has.
Sonic the
Mhm.
Hedgehog.
Both of these guys apparently reprised their roles in the new show.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they haven't showed up yet, though.
And thinks this scene lacks lesbians. So there we go.
Very
Well, if you
true.
watch the Disney one, you won't be disappointed.
You won't be disappointed.
Well, you say that, but
Is this Star Wars now?
Yes.
yes, we've recycled some of the sets for this scene. And this is a rare scene of the Skeletor guy with his helmet off. Is this played by Pat Roach?
Yes, Bomber
Right, it
from
is.
Malvida's Pet.
It is
Yeah.
Pat Roach. Also
In-
used in Indiana Jones, wasn't he? In one of
The
those
pilot.
movies.
It was the pilot, the German pilot who was a brick shithouse.
Yes, great choice. I think he's an old school kind of British wrestler type, isn't he? He
Yeah.
must be, good size to him and good physical presence, and yeah, good bit of casting. Pat Roach, also in a James Bond movie,
Yeah.
according to Time Prophet. Good shout. So, yeah, and Dark Side of the Walk thinks we've now moved into Highlander or Conan territory. Yes.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, it's like a homage to all those great films. So we go back to he's still wearing the ladies' garments, which is interesting, but that's a mad point.
Probably comfortable.
I think Warwick's trying to convince him to join him on his quest, but he's still reluctant. And I think at this point he's got the wand, hasn't he, Matt, that you
Yes.
so fondly tried to reproduce as a child.
Yes, and he's like, Hiawatha, Hiawatha. And I'm like, oh, look at you. Look at you.
And doesn't he does manage to perform some kind of magic
Yeah,
trick.
he like blasts the fire or whatever.
Yeah. And then
It's
it
very
sends
cool.
him flying into the air
Yes.
and landing on a branch, a little bit of
Yes.
comic relief. Bomber Pat Roach, another shout out to Bomber Pat Roach. That was his
Yeah.
name. And another nod to another film, Red Sonja. I think we mentioned that right at the poster at the
Mhm.
start.
Yeah.
So there he is, high up on the branch. No, he
Yep.
gets down from there actually.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, this is where
physical.
they're complaining about he's Blackroot. That's what that's called, Blackroot. And he's like, I was raised on Blackroot. And he's like, you can't give a baby Blackroot.
Yeah, they're arguing over what to feed the baby. I mean, it's just a little moments of world building. There's no explanations for what Blackroot is or why it's good or
Right.
bad, but we're just left to fill in the blanks. It's nice moments. Little request from Marlon the Unlucky. He's now made it. He wants us to start over. So can we go back to slide 1, Brown? Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm just doing it. Just doing it now.
Okay.
Just doing
No,
it now.
Marlon, we are not starting over. You should have made it on time. You're shit out of luck. Although, real quick fun fact: Blackroot is actually just vanilla.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, you stick a handlebar tash on Warwick, and it could be a mini Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And Melvin is very keen to know. Brownie, could you read this one out, please?
The wonderful Melvin Deeply in the chat. Are there bins in the new Willow series? Because it all sounds like something from Hunter Biden's laptop.
For legal reasons, we can't talk or
Right.
even make jokes about that one, or Hillary Clinton will send someone around to get us. So again, more fantastic scenery,
Yeah, it's really great.
landscapes. It is beautiful, isn't it? Cute little baby. He's still rocking the ladies' garments.
Yes.
He loves them, doesn't he?
Hey, listen,
And a
those
great
pink
shot
pants,
of
they're hot.
great shot of Warwick.
Yeah, he looks great.
Looks so happy. He's having the time of his life in
right,
this
with-
movie, isn't he?
His fake
Has he
hair.
sold out doing the new one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a little,
yeah,
I think.
he's
He just wants the paycheck.
for sure. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
I always
So-
wonder what happened to this little like fishing village, whatever it is, because
Yeah.
I'm always like, did Mesmorda's group attack this little village or whatever? I'm very curious, but of course we'll never find out. But it's always interesting to see this kind of thing.
Dark Side of the Walk makes a good point. Has no one checked the baby's nappy yet? We're several days into this, and although there is reference to it, I do remember at one point when Warwick was handing over the baby to Madmartigan, he says, "Here's a nappy rags, and here's a milk." So there's reference.
She
to
actually see him changing
Oh,
it, and
right.
after the snow incident.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. There you go. Hope that satisfied you, Walkie. So here's Warwick. God, he does everything in this movie. He's now rowing a boat to go and see
row your boat.
the good sorceress. What's her name again, Matt?
Yep,
Finn Razel. Finn and Ray. Finn Razel.
Rizal. It's
Rizal.
Rizal.
If I may, MG84 in the chat. He needed the cash. He was a bit short. We're all a bit short.
Oh, that's he's gone route one with that,
Oh, yes.
and we appreciate it. So Warwick lands on Acto, the island of Acto, looking for Luke, and let's see what happens here. He meets. Well, this is a shocker. He's searching for this sorceress, only to find she is. What is this creature? Is it meant to be a real creature?
Is that a young siren?
Yeah.
Thalas
Yes,
siren.
that's exactly what it is.
Yes, he's about to milk the hell out of it. Yes, but she's been turned into this creature by the evil Bavmorda, and Warwick agrees to take her with him. Possum, is it? Yeah, good shout, MJ. Thinks it's a possum, probably is.
Sex bots are in. Just let me.
Brian,
get
is
the number.
Brian still? Brian's still
He's
awake?
gone for some refreshment.
Right, well,
Right on.
Brownie, you'll do as my second choice. Can you read this one?
Melvin Deeply, right on cue as well. The bots are right after. Do you want to meet beautiful women? Tim can help. He's he's beating the supermodels off with a shitty stick stroke lightsaber. Subscribe to Tim's Talk for more details, and there's a link there.
Absolutely. Yeah, Tim's great.
I think if you just do at Tim's Talk, you will get the same effect as well.
Yeah.
And then
Yes!
girls for XYZ
Girls,
says
girls,
hot girls
girls.
here.
Sabrina, do you remember her? Whoa.
Anyway, back to the goddamn movie. So we. Is this? Oh, this is where he's. Was he showing the mark? The baby's got a famous mark.
Yeah, because they capture Madmartigan, and then they look at her because that's the mark that distinguishes her from every other child.
That's the one.
And they find it, and they're like, "This is the baby."
A mark of the chosen one. While we've got you, Matt, can you just give it both barrels on this one, please?
Yeah, row, row, row your boat gently across the sea. Merrily, 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 lesbians. There are three. Yeah, that's so true. So
also,
true.
everybody check out PJ Maybe's channel.
Yeah, he's pretty great too. Yeah.
Okay. Great talent you've attracted, Brownie, I have to say.
Oh, here you go.
So
Comment of this is comment of the night. Are you ready, boys?
Absolutely.
MDuke84 in the chat says, in capitals as well, the sea is always right.
The sea is always right.
I think we'll just leave that up for the rest of the stream, folks.
Yeah, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you'd be a lot cooler if you did.
The sea is always right.
Right, I'm coming clean here. I've got no idea what that means, and I do want to know. So,
it's from Rings of Power. It's like ridiculous. It's a ridiculous statement.
Right.
I think you need to watch it, Ruin, because
Rings
to
of
be
Power.
fair, I think it's right up your street. To be fair, I think
I
you'll love it.
started with it, but
good watch.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah. Time Prophet wonders whether Val Kilmer got nappy rash from doing this scene. Quite possibly.
I will also say, everybody check out Ms. Martin's. I'll start again. Everybody check out Ms. Martin Music's channel as well. She's great. Been on here as well a few times. She's wonderful. Teresa, throw a link to your channel in the chat, my darling.
Bit of debate in the chat. Some people are dissing Rings of Power. Others, like Appion, saying best show ever, although he could be being sarcastic. I don't know.
I think Appion's probably... If Appion is saying best show ever, then I think we have to believe him.
Okay.
No.
Well,
always on point.
He does seem well informed, but I'm questioning his opinion on that one. But we'll see.
It's bad.
So this is a fun scene because he takes one right in the gob, doesn't he? I think this is Sorsha boots Madmartigan in the face.
I can't remember exactly what he says, but she kicks him in the face.
Yeah. And just to confirm, Appion was being sarcastic as AF. It's really building the sexual tension, isn't it, between these two? But anyway, this is the in the hero's journey, this is the moment of doubt. They've been captured. The baby has been accosted. Madmartigan and Willow are in chains. There we go, being dragged along, and the little possum has been put into a cage.
Yeah,
and
this is. Go ahead. Yeah, Willow falls here, and then Madmartigan puts him on his shoulders like a little kid.
Yes, you'd never get away with that now, would you?
I assume he doesn't fall very far, though.
No. Yeah. Nowadays.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fabulous. Some of the scenes in this really is.
And is anybody put off by the way that she talks? What's her face? Finn Rizal. She's like, oh, how are you? And I'm like, why are you talking like that? Stop talking like that. Talk like a normal person.
Yeah, it was a bit strange. The other thing which struck me when Willow's kind of asked her, well, what do you look like? Or she describes herself, I'm a very young, beautiful woman, and that
Oh yeah, yeah,
turns out to be
yeah.
not true whatsoever.
Not true at all.
Yeah.
Like
I
not even
think
a little
it's
bit.
when you see her later on, it's actually she must have been in that form for a long time because she's looking at her hands and realizing how old she is.
Oh no, that's sad. So our heroes are trying to free the possum. I think they're trapped in the cage, aren't they here? And I think it's the brownies who come to their aid. The heroes they are.
Yeah, he's trying to do some
I figured that.
magic.
Yeah, and he still hasn't mastered it. He's lost his mojo.
Well, yeah, because this whole time he's trying to turn Roselle back into her human form, and he
Yes.
turns her into this crow or raven, whatever it is. But yeah, he's trying to master sorcery, which we find out in the series he never does because he'll never be a true sorcerer. But yeah, he's trying to do all of this.
MJ preferred her as a possum. I have to agree.
I like her as a tiger. She turns out later on, but yeah. And he steals their spear to pick this lock.
Yeah.
Out of the way, rodents.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that. And then this one, played by what is his name? Gosh, I can't think of their names.
Rick Overton,
No, the other one. What's the other one's name?
Kevin Pollak.
Kevin Pollak. Yeah, he's great.
Lions
He's
on the
my
Pole.
favorite one. Yeah, he's like, and then he stabs him with his spear. It's so good.
So this is an integral moment for Madmartigan's character arc because he's kind of sprayed with some kind of dust, which basically turns him into a
Jim Morrison.
this lovesick
Jim
yeah,
Morrison.
essentially, yeah. And then he suddenly confesses undying love for
look at
Sorsha.
that.
Just turns on a pin. Yeah, sorry, Brownie. I know you're loving the scenery.
That's fantastic.
It is.
It
It's New
great.
Zealand.
It
It's beautiful.
Really is, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, parts filmed on Snowdon in Wales as well.
Here you go, MGK84, 30-year-old special effects still managed to hold up.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it does. It really does hold up.
Do you want? Sorry, Rue. Would you like fun fact of the night?
I always want a
Yes.
fun fact, please.
Care to read it?
Well, Brian's already told us it, but it's so many words. But Val Kilmer actually played Jim Morrison.
Nice.
There we go.
Fun fact of the night, folks.
Thanks,
fact.
Tara
Favourite-
Prophet.
One of my favourite movies that no one ever wants to do here for some reason.
Oh, we're gonna have to do it for Brian one night, everyone.
Have
We'll
you
have to
seen-
take one for the team.
Have you seen Madmartigan's son in the new show?
Yeah,
No.
he
He
sucks.
just looks like He just looks like Jim. It looks
Yeah,
like Val Kilmer's Jim Morrison, and with
yeah,
the
I
beads
would
and the
agree.
open shirt and shit.
I would agree. It's so crazy.
Maybe they watched the wrong film.
So this is where the relationship, which has been somewhat head clashy between these two, turns into a spark of romance, doesn't it? Where Madmartigan is
nice.
supposed to be stealing the baby back, but he ends up.
Stealing her virginity.
Oh well, easy, Brown. It's like we've gone back to 1982 again, isn't it? It's in Huddersfield.
Yeah, let's be honest. She's not a virgin.
Joanne Wally. Is it Joanne Wally?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
And Warwick saying, "Just get the goddamn baby," but and this is where Sorsha wakes up mid-rape and apologies, sorry, edit that one before it goes live.
I think it's a mid-grape.
Grape.
That's exactly what I heard. Grape.
Mid-rope.
I heard grape. Mhm.
She threatens to cut his bits off.
Yeah.
Threatening bits.
PG.
But he's still insisting he
But
absolutely loves her.
he wants it to, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, his lines are very Shakespearean here. Like I'm all like, "Oh, get the hell out of here, Madmartigan!" I'm like, who's gonna fall for your bag of bullshit?
I genuinely think this is all ad lib by Kilmer. I think this is his own poetry coming out here and his real feelings to her.
Dark Side of the Walk thinks we're now watching Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, or In the Name of the Rose. He's keeping tabs. Gets very close to a kiss. That Browns. It reminds you of your first time, Brown.
And the second.
There's been two. He didn't tell us that.
Dark Horse me. Moving on.
And unfortunately, I think this. Does it work out? I think it's another. Yeah, she rejects him. Although I think the seed's been planted.
Playing out
It's
Absolutely.
it's actually she's actually fallen for him there, and it's because Kale comes in with Warwick, and she realizes it's just a ploy to get the baby, and that's when she snaps because she's angry that she thinks he's lying.
Yeah, because she yells out, "Deceiver!"
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we're about to have another fabulous, very Indiana Jones style escape
I was going to
scene.
say, is Landau
So good.
Calrissian in there? He's always been hiding for 40 years.
Yeah. So, that was a strange. Look at that. Look at it.
Before after shot.
Yeah.
If you look
the
at the
10
previous
falls.
slide, he's actually cutting.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Very good.
Skills, Brian. So yes, he cuts the tent pole down. This is means of escape, and the tent collapses. There we go.
Does sneak a kiss in at the end before he goes.
Oh, look at the torso on display there, Brown.
Oh,
Yeah, it's in good nick. Oh,
1 out of 10,
valleys.
definitely. Would anybody like another fun fact?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
spoiling us, sir.
Brian, would you care to read it, please?
Marlon the Unlucky in the chat says, fun fact, the baby in this movie went to Grand Valley State University in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where Matt Cat is from.
That is true. I am from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Wow.
I've never met her, though.
So is Molan your stalker, Matt? Is that what we're saying?
That's actually my brother.
Finally tracked you down.
Yeah.
So yes, we're about to see again another great action scene. We see Madmartigan showing his sword skills. I think Willow remarks, "Wow, he really is a good swordsman."
And he is. He's great. I love this scene.
It's great, isn't it? It is as Appian says there, Val Kilmer in his prime.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the means of escape as well, the novel, I think we're about to see it. Wow, look at Saoirse there, Brad.
Yeah, she looks great. Yeah.
Mm.
You know, and she doesn't look too bad in the new series. Like, she's aged well, but her character sucks in the new series, but she personally has aged well, in my opinion.
I think we mentioned it earlier as well, you know, the actual use of real sets and shooting on location. It's just so easy to CGI everything now, isn't it?
Duke on point again.
I think her performance in the new series is probably the highlight of the whole thing.
You're right.
She's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is good. It's a bummer she didn't get more work because I don't know anything else that she's been in besides Willow.
There was a strange thing between her and Kilmer. They decided they weren't going to go separately to go and work in different places. And I don't know if that maybe hampered her career, not being available for a few years. You need to kind of strike with the irons hot.
Right on.
So here's this escape scene. So this reminded me of the Indiana Jones scene where they ride down the mountain on the dinghy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're riding on a shield,
Temple
I
of Doom.
believe, here. But again, great little scene, real good fun. Oh, look at that. Over the top physical acting, but we do love it.
They do look as if they're really enjoying themselves through these two, don't they?
Yes,
Absolutely.
I mean, could be a scene from the porn parody as well, but let's not get and they burst through the, through an ice mountain.
Temple of Doom.
Yeah, very Temple of Doom. There's Warwick, his wig almost off at that point.
Right.
And he's still going, bless them. They're small, but they're like a dead weight.
Right.
Low central gravity.
That's it.
And I
And I
do
think
love this. I love how Madmartigan fell off, and then he creates this. I'm presuming the next slide is but he creates this big snowball. It's so great.
oh yeah. Yeah, because Madmartigan's fallen off, Warwick's come to a stop, and then what he's witnessing now is any moment. What is it? It's Madmartigan basically comes hurtling down in the form of a giant snowball. And Dockside of the Walk Brownie.
Dark Side of the Walk in the chat says, "Are we watching Cool Runnings or Cliffhanger? Both two great films."
It's like the Forrest Gump of movies, this, isn't it? Just so many references. There we go. This is the one.
Can
So
I just say, when I first saw this scene as a little kid, I laughed so hard. It was hilarious.
yeah, it's great fun, isn't it? It's just
Good for you.
real good appeal and yeah, good fun. And Warwick gets covered in snow as he
Yeah, it's
crashes
so
into the
good.
building and climbs his way out. Yes, brilliant. And then he's obviously got a bit of what's it called? Brain freeze,
Yeah.
maybe. And then we return to the army as it descends on the village.
And they hide him in this little cubby hole.
It's fairly non-stop, isn't it? I mean, we said earlier, Brian, I think, mentioned could have done with a slightly tighter edit, maybe. But in fairness, there's not too many low moments. I just think maybe the journey. Brian, what were your thoughts on where they could have maybe chopped a little bit?
I think towards the beginning and the end for me,
Mm.
both of them they seem to drag on before they start. You know, it reaches the climax and it just kind of. I wouldn't exactly say it peters out. It certainly doesn't, but it just goes on a little bit too long.
Yeah, it does take a little while to get going before Warwick's on the heart of his journey. But little mention of Saoirse's attire here. It's very Hun-like, isn't it? So it seems to have some historical reference. I can't quite place.
Almost that's the kind of Japanese Darth Vader influence.
Maybe, yeah.
Helmet. Samurai.
Non-stop fun, says MJ. And says it's a nice tea cozy hat. I want to know if Matt knows what a tea cozy is.
I have no idea what a tea cozy is.
Can we have suggestions in the chat for what a tea cozy is for Matt, please? Let's confuse the hell out of him. So give me your incorrect answers on what a tea cozy is.
Is that like a coaster?
No, we'll give you the right answer eventually, but I think we can have some fun with it. There we go. MJ's on it already. It's a jumper for your tea.
Nice.
Sweater for your tea. Another nice touching scene. I mean, for a 17-year-old, Warwick really does a great job of playing a father figure, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Such a young man.
Such a good performance from him. Yeah.
Is he just enjoying every moment, do you think?
He really is. I think he really is. This was his I think it's the film he often, refers back to. I know he's played smaller parts in some bigger films, but
literally.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why he kind of jumped at the chance of playing the part again, irrespective of the paycheck?
Yeah, I do think he had a fondness for it. I really do, and he's made no bones about wanting to make a follow-up to Willow. I did read an article saying he took inspiration from Mark Hamill's portrayal of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, when I read that article, I thought, oh God, no.
Well, you wrote that part.
And is appreciating Saoirse's
Do you get the
Or just
feeling that
image.
if just anybody else but Disney writing this, do you think?
It feels like it could have been a home run. It's got
Yeah.
so much characterization and world building, and it didn't need reinventing, and yeah, it's a shame, really. When it was announced, I was on board. I was thought, oh, this would be
Right.
great. Look forward to it. But yeah,
Because technically,
Franco.
Kathy is Kathy a producer?
Oh God.
Franco Walker in the chat. I'd definitely give her a 1 or 2.
Which one is it? Madmartigan or is it the big ginger bloke? Let us
Either.
know, Franco. We did have some other good suggestions for a tea cozy, a handkerchief
That
you
you
put
put
on a drink.
Yeah.
There we go. And just says it's too complex for an American. Don't bother.
Yeah.
So we have really, we're building up now to the third act, I think, aren't we, Brian?
Yeah.
So just put us in context, Brian. Bring us back into the narrative. What are we building towards here?
They're talking about the army having to face against the army. How are they going to get
That's
out?
it.
It's a siege, basically, and then they say if we get to Tira's Lane, there'll be an even bigger army that we can sort ourselves out. So basically, Ike has no faith in him whatsoever. Yet again, this is like another example of him being brought down a peg or two all the way through it until he comes good towards the end.
Who's getting taken down a peg?
Willow. It's all the way through this.
Well, God, I don't think there's any. He can't come
pegs
down
left?
any further, can he?
Don't go there. Don't go
It's on
there.
the bottom peg.
We've got a new. By the way, I think we've got a new comment of the evening, don't you, boys? Dark Side of the Walk in the chat says, Rose Tea Cozy.
Rose tea cozy.
That's a thinking man's joke. Well done, Dark Side.
Oh, I appreciate the Last Jedi reference. Thank you, Wocky. I do appreciate it. Matt's just dropped off for a moment, but I need him to hear that one. I know he'll appreciate that when he returns. So, Madmartigan, hey, hell of a way to treat your crush. So he's using Sorsha as his hostage here to try and escape from the army. And building towards a climax. I think Brownie is MJ.
Slow to get going, but once I'm going,
There's no stopping him. Brian, can you read out Melvin's suggestion for a tea cozy?
Melvin Dable in the chat. Tea cozy is a Willy warmer for the heavyweight Willies. Lol.
Beautiful. I do like it when that character makes an appearance. What is it, Brian? What?
Fuck knows.
it's Nelson Mandela, isn't it?
It's Mandela, is it? Mandela
It might have been at one
reincarnated.
point, but I don't know. It's kind of taking on a life of its own.
And Time Prophet, I think, has finally given us a serious answer.
For
Tea cozy
once.
is used to keep Tom Cruise warm between filming scenes. Oh, it's so adolescent, and I love you for it. Thank you, Time Prophet. So anyway, Madmartigan escapes with Sorsha, although she's not happy about having a blade to her throat. So they have another fight scene, yet another fight scene.
All this would be in a studio in front of a big LCD now, wouldn't it? It just looks all fantastic.
It is. We do have a concern in the chat. I'm just going to drop it. Yeah, we need some help, guys. Dark Side of the Walk.
Dark Side of the Walk in the chat says, I just ate 5 cookies, and on the packet it says, may cause laxative effects. Does anyone have a needle I can squit through the eye of?
Oh dear.
Very good.
I can't help you on that, Wocky, other than to say, bring a wok to your bedside tonight, just in case you can't make it to the bathroom. Saoirse brownie,
Correct.
yeah. On the hot scale,
Very.
on the Nando's pepper hot scale, what's she looking like here?
75 Scovilles out
Um,
of 80.
Can we score Saoirse in the chat, please?
No, obviously. Tim Hannabom, I really do like saying Hannabom says, sorry, Tim, not funny. Sorry, mate.
Not funny.
We never said it is funny.
Although we do have
Good
a
old Franco. Good old Franco.
Franco's on the money.
11.
11 out of 10. He's loving a bit
nice
of Saoirse.
Spinal Tap reference there. Well done, Franco.
We did have a solution for Dark Side of the Walk. Eat lots of chalk and cotton wool quickly.
That's a top tip from.
Yes. We can't be held responsible for any repercussions from that.
That is a very, very good top tip, actually. If you've got indigestion, a piece of chalk will have the same effect as Rennie, anything like that, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Warwick looks very small on the horse there. But I think Saoirse's escaped Madmartigan.
Yeah, the bird lets them know that the army's coming.
Yes,
it's funny. See if we just go
right.
back to that previous slide. One of the things I think the drinker talks about it a lot is if you've got small, lightweight female characters knocking 7 shades of shit out of 6'4" bouncers and things. What she does, if you look closely, she actually punches him right in the throat and then stomps in his balls.
Yes, I remember
Which is
this.
two ways it could,
that'll take you down straight away.
Yeah, and she is, she's set up early in the movie as a credible kind of fighter. So, it was believable. And you're right, Brian. It's a credible way to deal with a much larger male threat. So we have the space horses from Rise of Skywalker again.
Space horses.
Time Prophet
Side of
says
the walk at it. So
gingers are always fighters. Is that
They
true,
are.
Brown? Was
They are,
your first lady a fighter?
Yes. More of a lover, but yeah.
And Magnus, good evening to Magnus Horus.
Hello, Magnus.
She was a strong woman done right.
Get in.
Absolutely.
Oof, not that way, Brown. She was
Like
portrayed right.
Browns
Look
was
at
a strong
this.
woman done right.
Oh, Disneyland, folks.
Fabulous. And then we get from a very CGI looking castle, a more realistic looking courtyard.
Probably a painting, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I imagine it was actually. Yeah, Time Prophet knows what we're talking about.
Castle isn't drawn at all.
This is kind of Jared Leto at that with his green jacket at that fashion show moment for Killing, isn't it?
Yeah. Warwick's still holding on to this goddamn baby, which he seems to have done for the most part.
Would
of the
everybody
film.
like a fun fact?
Always.
Okay. Time Prophet in the chat. They didn't have CGI in the 80s. Well,
there we go.
I must have been on an acid trip watching The Last Starfighter. You're welcome.
Brown, can you just confirm comment about your...
Brown's woman was a
losing
fighter,
virginity?
but the chloroform man Roofies sorted it out. Yes, I was completely submissive from that moment on.
So here's Willow. He's firing up the old, the Todger, or whatever his one's called. And this is the army closing in on them.
The goat.
And we have a goat. Greatest of all time right there, folks.
Messi.
Did this film have some groundbreaking special effects with that goat in it? Or am I getting my films mixed up?
No, it did. It did.
Did it
I
morph into a...
That's it. Is it morphing or something?
Yeah, first time morphing. I think it was done in... Get this, folks, because I watched the Disney documentary called ILM, which is genuinely a good documentary. All done in Photoshop. Moving on.
Ah, for a man who didn't watch it, Brown, you've come up with some fascinating facts. I'll give you that.
It's like The Abyss, James Cameron. Most of that, again, done in Photoshop.
Brian with the top draw puns there. You don't get these anywhere else, folks.
Industrial shite and tragic.
Madmartigan's basically doing a one-man A-team battle prep throughout this.
Yeah, it's a great moment, isn't it? Look at this. What is this creature here? It's disturbing.
It's the guy with the the bald
The
what do you
skull
call it? Yeah, on roids. Moving on.
And Warwick's going to try and take him on and maybe make use of his wand and his magic. And
Do you think J.K. Rowling got the inspiration from Potter from Warwick's wand?
There we go. It was all been done before, yes. And I thought J.K. was the first one to invent witches and wizards and so on. But anyway, he sorts them out there. This was
pretty horrific. He turns him, he uses the wand on him and it turns him into a horrible pulpy mess of fur and guts, and then he looks at it in disgust, as you saw there, and then just kicks it off, and that's what becomes
yes,
monster.
And this is this Madmartigan. He's donned the armor at this point, hasn't he?
That's a tidy weapon, is that?
Yeah. Some of the design in this film is, pretty original.
ILM, isn't it? ILM.
Yeah. So we don't, obviously being a PG, we don't see a lot of blood, if any, actually, but we do see, an arrow in the chest and some other harrowing scenes, so don't think they get away with this now. This is where, like you say, Brian, he's gone full A-team, hasn't he? He's a one-man band.
Yeah, it's very good.
That's very loud. I will say, while I remember, guys, obviously we're coming up to end of year. I'm going to put a post in the community page, just asking for the regulars to just throw in some of your kind of some of the best things that that's happened this year. Like top 10s and also worst. So just. Whatever you've kind of liked this year or disliked, and towards the end of the year, I'll start compiling it up, and we'll do like we did last New Year's Day. We'll do a best and worst top 10 of 20. What year is it? 22. So I will start by saying Top Gun for me was a great one. So Top Gun. So.
I agree.
Yeah.
So it can be anything. It's like Franco says, top 10. What it can be anything. Anything you want. It could be politics, TV, film, sport, anything. I'll try and compile it all towards the end of the year.
Okay.
New Year's Day thingy.
I was going to say you might struggle for top 10 movies or TV shows.
I know.
But if we extend it out, then yeah. So this is a kind of iconic scene from this movie, isn't it, Brian?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk us through this one? What goes on here?
Yeah, well, this is the Elbert Sisk monster, and the name
That's
actually.
very loud.
Yeah, the name actually comes from two rather savage critics, Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, and it's basically a piss take. It's kind of like doing what the She-Hulk writers did, except it's for the other critics and not just poor lads that like to go on YouTube and rant like ourselves. So the monster appears behind him, and he thinks it's his bravado that's wearing everybody off. And then
Which I love.
Which he had. Then he has a little look round.
That's very loud.
Matt's come back with some gusto, hasn't he?
Sorry.
Have you swallowed the mic?
Sorry. I'll back up.
Oh, here you go. Here you go.
Thank you.
Dark Side of the Walk in the chat says, what film are we watching now? Jabberwocky or Monty Python's Holy Grail?
Oh, it's just been a veritable feast of classic references, this movie. Yeah, so Madmartigan, as Brian so eloquently described there, is fronted up to the army, and they kind of thinks they're all turning away because of the fearsome Madmartigan, when actually it's this giant two-headed beast. Brownie, have you ever had to deal with a two-headed beast in your time? He's gone. He's gone. I'm glad he's not going to answer that one.
Right on.
Wait for another Kleenex.
Oh, God. This reminds me of the meme that you often see with the three-headed beast, and two of them look fairly normal, and the third one looks pretty goofy. And it's
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love when this like dragon-like creature shows up. It's so great.
Yeah, it kind of ratchets up the ante a little bit here, doesn't it? And
Yeah, and I love this scene where he's like looking around and these are all like not his friends. And then when they notice that he's not his friends, they all
Does this
chase
remind-
after him.
Sorry, Matt. Does this remind you
go
of any old school comedies? I know his performance is quite like an old school, almost Laurel and Hardy,
yeah,
Buster Keaton-esque. But this reminds me of something, and I can't think what the heck it is.
yeah, there is a lot of physical comedy, and a lot sold on the facial expressions, isn't there, rather than the cute dialogue. So yeah, so they're going to try and take this beast out, and so we've got a full-scale war going on here, haven't we? We've got a lot of great set pieces. I mean, the burning bridge there, and
That's the bridge from, is it
Terrible
Raiders, or is it, you know where he cuts the
Oh.
bridge?
yeah,
Moving on.
Yeah, and it eats this troll.
Yeah, but that was
You'd
one
think
kind
it
of
would
opening.
recognize it as one of its own, but it doesn't.
yeah. Time Prophet says it reminds of Monty Python. It does a little bit. It does have moments, and of course, many of the Monty Python team worked on Time Bandits, which is a
Mm.
very close relative to this film, I'd say. Saoirse, hot rating,
She's-
folks. Simmering, smouldering, on fire.
Smoking.
Yeah, for
smoking.
sure. Yeah, she's very
Well-
pretty.
Thermonuclear, I'd say.
Russian
This is where
warhead.
she's. This is where she's admiring the fighting skills of Val.
Yeah,
Starts to kind of change again.
Yeah.
but he does a good job. Like,
Yeah, she appreciates him for his fighting prowess.
He's very handy with his weapon.
yeah, he's very impressive.
He wields it well.
Yeah, he does.
Franco's. Well, I think Franco's talking about Saoirse. Hope he's not talking about Madmartigan, but you never know. We are open to all forms on this fabulous stream. The juices are flowing. Ooh. Here's this kind of burnt monkey creature thing. What's thought that was dead. Is there more than one of them? I can't remember what's going on.
Yeah,
here.
there's loads.
Here you go, folks.
Yeah.
Another fun fact. Time Prophet George Harrison from the Beatles financed Time Bandits.
Really?
That's interesting.
Wow. Guys are
Um,
on fire tonight in the chat.
Is that an actual line, MJ, or are you making up lines? If it wasn't, that would be fabulous. If Saoirse,
I think I
if
might need to
Saoirse
watch
could have
it.
said that. Yeah.
He gives his sword to Willow here. As well.
Ah, okay.
Or one of the swords.
Oh, yeah. I feel like he's being assaulted right here. He's like, it hurts. It hurts.
Here you go, folks. The
I was just about to say,
the stuntman of YouTube, Cams Crash Courses. Hello, everyone. Val was a Juilliard-trained treasure everyone should check out. Was it?
Val.
The biopic Val. It's excellent.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
It is very good.
And
Yeah.
Cam, thank you for the kind words today.
It's actually also kind of sad.
It is, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
painful at times.
Yeah.
Sorry, unfortunately, time laughed for me, but I was reading a Dark Side of the Walk comment. Do you want to deliver that one, Brian?
There you go,
Oh, sometimes it's the simple ones. That's
Again, going back to
most
what I said,
effective.
the dry variety, not good.
Oh, God.
That's a good walk. You're very funny.
It is. Moving
And
on.
his Warwick on the burning bridge.
Yeah.
Madmartigan kicking ass still. He really does do
Yeah.
a top job as a kind of physical hero.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if Eric would have got him. He might have won that war for him.
We've got another fun fact, Brown, and I think you should deliver it.
Okay, Time Profit in the chat. Fun fact, Warwick Davies met his wife, Samantha Burrows, while filming Willow.
That's
Fun fact, everybody. Warwick Davies divorced his wife, Samantha Davies, while filming Disney Plus Willow. I'm here all week.
Oh no. So we are working our way up to a climax, even, and we have we're about to see a head-to-head with they've been teasing us with all movie. We're going to see Skullface or whatever his name is, played
Kale.
by Pat Roach, is going to square up to Madmartigan. Although I think, oh no, it's Warwick. It's Willow. He's eyeing up here, but that head-to-head will come at some point.
That's where he takes the baby from
Yeah.
Warwick. Sorry, I'm just going to call him Warwick for him.
Yeah, let's just go Warwick. Great shot of Val.
It looks like he's really enjoying himself.
Does. I think they did. I got the sense they did. It really comes across.
Yeah, we've kind of we said this on the Sunday show last week when we were discussing the Christmas special from Guardians of the Galaxy. They genuinely all looked like they were just having
Enjoying
fun,
themselves.
just doing it, and enjoying
Right.
themselves. And when they're enjoying themselves, it just comes over.
It does. You're
I
right.
agree.
Doesn't matter how shit the film is, it just comes over, and it's just proper brownie points.
I think you also need to have some decent writing behind it as well, some decent comedy. Then it works. There's too many comedies, I think, these days. It's just people enjoying themselves with absolutely nothing to back it up.
I agree.
Galaxy Quest, they were all just having a great time.
Cam's Crash Courses says Phil Collins divorced his wife by fax machine.
Well, that's harsh.
Speaking of divorces, Kilmer found out that Joanne Whalley was divorcing him via the television when he was working on the island of Dr. Moreau.
Wow.
Oh, which was not one of his finest moments, was it?
No.
Ryan? No.
There's a great documentary on that if you ever want to watch it.
Is that the one with Brando in it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's actually it's a great book. I think it's H.G. Wells' novel. It's a great novel. Just never did it justice at all in the
Right.
movie. It's really bizarre.
In the chats, have we done this? Dark Side of the Walk. We probably have. What film are we watching again? Masters of the Universe or Jason and the Argonauts?
I love both those movies too.
Yeah.
Same here.
And then this is what's
Jason
her
and the
face?
Argonauts, great film.
Yeah.
We should have had a drum fill. after the Phil Collins joke. What a missed opportunity. And here's love developing.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll do for me, love.
Matt, we need to get to the bottom of Tea Cozy, but you missed a fabulous pun while you dropped off.
Sorry.
And I forget who it was. I want to give him credit, but I can't remember. I don't know if Brownie remembers. We'd have to go very far
you'll have
back
to
in the
rewatch
chat.
the entire stream.
It
Matt.
was
Yeah,
it was Dark Side of the Walk. Who did
of
it?
course. Dark Side of
Of
the
course
Walk.
it was.
Come up with the fabulous pun, Rose Tea Cozy. So you can take that one with you, Matt.
It's just a shame that Matt doesn't know what a tea cozy is. So he's
I do
laughing
not.
politely.
I do not know.
He's smiling and nodding politely.
The pun still works.
No, it's still good. It's still good. I'll look it up later.
Yes, because we're not going to tell you. We're just bastards like that. And we get the kiss. Finally, the
Yeah.
kiss.
Question for you, Ruin. Would you sit on that helmet?
You know your mic's on, don't you, Brown? And we're all live on YouTube.
Shit.
Oh, good God. So they kiss on the battlefield. They resume their battle, and another space horse. You're right about the blurry shots. Paul Warwick's
Yeah.
took a bit of juice, hasn't he? He's got a bit of blood flowing there.
Yeah, I always laughed at this scene where he's like, they took Aurora Dana and they took I always laughed when I was a kid at this scene because he looks so ridiculous. But I was
And
just
Time
looking up-
Prophet, just to refer to Brown's rather unpleasant suggestion, if I sat on that helmet, it would indeed ruin Johnson. There we go. So we're building to the climax now of our movie.
I
feel
do
I've
like
been
this
saying
castle.
It's a fabulous recreation. Oh, here's the brownies again. Not seen them in a little while.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about one of them falling into the ale at the tavern, did we?
Oh no, we didn't.
Oh yeah. I love the brownies. They're
they
great.
have some great moments. They do. Yeah.
Again, I ask, would you sit on that helmet with... If she had that on her head, would you sit on it?
I mean, no.
I feel like you're projecting, Brown. I feel like you're projecting your own fantasies. I don't know.
She can sit on my helmet. How about that?
It would certainly bring tears to a glass eye sitting on that, wouldn't it? Moving on.
Val Kilmer with his, he's got fabulous hairstyle in this movie. We're not really talking about it much, but he has the kind of, I don't know how you'd describe it. It's like a,
when are you boys going to do a Val Kilmer movie then?
Oh, this is it.
Any day now.
This is the only Val Kilmer movie we're ever doing. Brian, I hope you enjoy it. No, we really should. He's
Yeah, you should, yeah.
And here's Bav Morda. We don't get a lot of screen time, and I think going through in this kind of detail makes you realise she doesn't get a lot of screen time. But when she does get, her moments, she does shine. She's really plays the evil sorceress well.
In the chat, if I may, Franco Walker, Top Secret. Great film. It's a great film.
Hold on.
She's in Doctor Who, right? Yeah. Okay.
And Doctor Who was in her, John Pertwee.
Oh. And Dark Side of the Walk thinks she's a bit of a gilf. Jeez. I'm not going to ask what a gilf means, but I know what it means.
Auntie Kathy. Auntie
So
Kathy.
So here we go. They are. We are going to Castle Grayskull or whatever it's called.
I was going to say that.
You're not warriors, you're pigs.
Pigs.
What's a sylph?
Sorcerer, I'd like to frequent.
Very good. Very good.
Brian, can you make sense of essay, please?
And the chat says, my favorite bit of the whole movie was Willow's freeze acorn artifact, which turns out to be a weak L1 spell, which the queen, PlayStation, which the evil queen just laughs off. Love the deliberate lack of payoff. Yeah, quite the subverted expectation.
Yeah. Subverting expectations even before I was a twinkle in my father's eye. But yeah, it is a great moment. It's coming up. It's a great shout, and yeah, it's such an obvious kind of go-to. We'll play back the old magic acorn, and indeed, she just knocks it
Ruin,
off.
you've got a smelly onion coming out soon.
I do. Yes.
Are you looking forward to that?
Oh. Are we talking about the same thing here, or are you making some kind of weird sex reference again? I don't.
No, your new film. What's it called? Round onion, onions, cheese and
Glass.
onion.
Yeah.
Glass.
Yeah.
It's ass onion.
Yeah,
As
Brian
Brian
not
would
Brian. See, I'm doing
Yeah.
that as you're doing it. Ass onion.
say. Ass onion.
Send.
Yes, well, you know, just biding my time before my Star Wars
Please
trilogy.
send Daniel Craig my regards.
Yeah, of course. Val Kilmer indeed has gone full hog here, hasn't he?
Is hogging the limelight.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that
Ooh.
pose. She's fabulous.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
And Sorcerer's, unfortunately, also taking a hit here. What are these?
Are they
What's
making bacon here?
what are we looking at here, Brian? Can anyone make sense
This
of this?
is all the. She turns everyone into pigs, and that's all.
Oh.
Making bacon, all right.
Apparently, when they were filming this, they used to have to cut about with buckets of cold water because they were all getting a bit excited.
Oh
The
yeah. I
actors-
think
the
I think I
actors-
remember reading that.
The actors are the pigs.
Probably both.
Just, I'd love to know if anyone in the chat is experiencing this for the first time. If they've never
Well, you-
seen Willow, it must feel so
Well, you know
bizarre.
you know what film we're watching now, don't you? This is especially a dark side. You know what film we're watching
Porky's.
now? Porky's.
Yeah.
Or in Porky's 3, by the looks of it.
Porky's 3. Yeah. Oof. So now we're getting to the moment. The big head-to-head, or Willow or novice wizard against the evil sorceress.
This is the baby in the left-hand side there, just about ready to be put onto the sacrificial hoo-ha.
Dark Side of the Walk says, I give her a porking, but this is getting ridiculous, and I agree.
Yeah, and aren't they preparing this ritual to send her to the, what did they call it? The Neverworld?
Yes.
I'm like, what's going on here?
What about the abattoir?
Yeah.
It's kind of strange because early on in the very start they say that they're going to destroy her, and now it's
Yeah, I
Same.
feel like killing her would just be just as good.
Yeah, it does feel a bit like a James Bond tie them up and kill them slowly with a laser moment, just dragging it all out. But
I wonder if they maybe did that because the idea of killing a kid would be a bit
Right, probably. I do love this scene where he's like changing her into a whole bunch of animals. I remember watching this as a kid, thinking like,
Groundbreaking.
"Oh, it's so good" and everything.
Photoshop.
Yeah, I love when she turned into a tiger and she's like "Arr!" and everything. But
yeah, and
Yeah.
she finally revealed as not the young, beautiful woman she said she was. And but Brownie, would you still?
Yeah, I was just
go
going
there?
to say, James Cameron's got a new film coming out in a few weeks. Dark Side of the Walk, Abattoir, The Way of Slaughter. Moving on.
So well, what's this? A moment you.
well, they bring in every pig one by one and change them back into humans. I'm like, oh, that's got to be so timely. I mean, it's like such a waste of time. Why don't you do a whole group at a time?
What?
That's a very British joke.
Yeah, because I didn't get it.
No, I mean I'm British and I don't get it, but it does seem suitably bizarre. I know it's not
Patricia
the same when
Hayes.
you explain it, but can someone give me context, something?
Here you go, Brian.
Confusing one old-time actress with another,
Yeah.
causing
Oh, okay.
ripples of laughter throughout the British contingent of Mr. Brown Alliance.
We're here all week, by the way.
That was
So
a kind of key moment you went past there.
is it? Well, please help me out, Brian. I feel like I've
Sure.
lost my way. Where are we?
No worries. Well, they go outside, so it's if it's just the two of them. So Kale sends these guys out, which tactical disadvantage there. Just a few of them coming out, not realizing that these guys are all hiding. So the minute that's opened, they all start to retreat, and these guys get stuck in, and also gain access to the castle.
Yeah.
There we go. Bit of historical trivia for you. A castle steps inside a castle always rotate to the right as you go up them. Do you know why that is, anyone?
No.
Here we go. It's not a gag, by the way. There's no punchline coming. It's an actual fact. It's so if you are defending the castle, you can attack with your right hand, your sword hand.
Oh,
There we go.
but if you're left-handed, you're fucked.
Well, yes, we cater to the masses, but it's good to
So if
see it
you're-
being observed. I mean, not in this scene especially, but yes, I've
So
seen.
I'll give you an
films do that.
analogy. If that was modern-day Hollywood, though, they would build the castle, but they would cater it to the people
both.
with left hands.
They'd have it.
The
two sets of
1% who are
stairs.
left.
Yeah,
Moving on.
and
So if
and
There's
someone's
a joke in
attacking-
there somewhere.
non-binary set which just goes straight up the middle.
If someone's attacking, they have to go with their left, and they're at a disadvantage. Where did you find that out? Ruin.
Oh, my degree in history sometimes comes in useful.
Useful. On the Mr. Brown Alliance channel. Well done, Muin. Well done.
Cam's gone to work, come home, and he's asked us, "Are we still going with Willow?" I thought we finished this a while ago.
In the chats, here you go. Tim, I like saying this, Hannabon.
I know, you say it every time.
Oh, good
Is that-
science.
Is that a request or is? So this is where he pours the boiling oil, isn't it? Oh,
Jeez.
oof.
Yeah.
Genuine technique from olden times.
Mm-hmm.
Your old shield wall won't stop the burning oil. So we've still got the battle raging. Meanwhile, oh, there she is.
Thora.
Thought ahead.
Is Patricia... I can't remember her second name.
Hayes. You said that about 15
Yes,
times.
Hayes. Yeah, sorry. Patricia Hayes, yeah.
We've still got tea cozy chat going on. We will bring Matt up to speed before the
Absolutely.
evening is out.
I have looked up a tea cozy. They look absolutely adorable.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
And they double
cheers,
up
Time
as,
Prophet, yeah.
as hats.
I love how she goes from like
Ooh.
evil sorceress to like crack whore in like 2 seconds. Like look at her eyes, like it's insane.
She was indeed in Metal Mickey.
Oh,
Was she? No, she
really?
wasn't. That was that Irene Handel?
I can't remember her name, but no, it wasn't.
It was
I can't
grand.
Those
remember.
two.
Is that a leg up there? Is that
Yes.
Yeah,
some
yeah.
flexibility going
She's a
on
very
there,
good
man?
kicker.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a guy when you see it. See, this is very
Oh,
much
right.
a Last Jedi Snoke versus Rey scene. This bit is
Oh.
very similar.
Ah.
Oh, nice.
I appreciate that, Brian. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. She turns and she like blocks herself from from these spikes, and then they stop like right away.
And then the old girl gets into it. What doesn't she?
Yeah,
We've got sorceress v sorceress here. It's really kicking off.
yeah. And I love how Roselle is all like yeah when she's like doing her little magic spells and everything. I remember watching this as a little kid and laughing when she's like spinning around and everything. It was so good.
Oh yeah, she's yes.
If this was remade today,
Bite your tongue.
if you could go back one slide, please, Rue.
Yeah.
Would it be man on man action?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It would be non-binary on trans.
They on they.
Or it'd be like a strong independent woman versus a soy boy.
MJ is appreciating some lesbian action. Finally, sat through 2.5 hours to get to this point.
Yes.
Finally, we get a bit of girl on girl. Okay, we got the brownies doing their best to chip in on the fight, which is still raging in the courtyard, and we are yet to see the big battle between Skullface and Madmartigan.
Yeah,
but we're getting there. And it's obviously cutting between the battle in the tower. I've got all kinds of
and the
magic.
Death Star.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is great. Yeah, she lights her on fire because she grabs like a flame from the thing and she throws it at her, and then she like freezes her. So good. And then go ahead.
Franco is just observing that it would be of women of color. Today,
oh,
which is
good
probably
point.
accurate.
Yeah, good
and then
point.
Brian with an excellent pun.
For heard.
Right. Yes, very good, Brian. Yeah, they're going at it with the elements, and you get a lot of rain and water in this scene. It just kind of adds to the drama. Time Prophet's wondering, are we now watching Masters of the Universe?
Yeah, I love that movie too.
Oh.
So good. Yeah, this is the part where she like grabs the wand and then she pulls it up and she's like, yeah, and she's like flipping her around and like hitting the ceiling and the walls and stuff.
Spinning it around. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, and it's all sort of physical effects, isn't it? It's on.
Yeah, all practical.
Great.
Yeah,
practical effects. Yeah.
They don't make it like he used to.
Yeah.
And she's all celebrating prematurely. She's like, yeah, I fucked her up and everything. And you're like, did you though?
Battle rages. Oh, we get a really bizarre moment here, don't we? Is it?
Yeah.
What is it? A table?
It's like a oh god, what are they called?
A brazier.
Yeah. And it comes to life because they hit it with the wand. The spell hits it and it comes to life. It's very cool.
It's a bit Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It felt a little bit like a probe droid when it got going as well. I don't know, maybe at that point I was getting a bit delirious, but
I remember probe droids.
Oh, the good old days. So here's Eric. Eric's now deep in the battle, but unfortunately, Eric's going to take one for the team here, isn't he?
Yeah, he gets run through.
Yeah. Old Skullface does for Eric. And then we have a death scene.
That's a mighty fine jaw, isn't it?
There he goes. What were Eric's final words? Wasn't it, win this war for me?
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Is that the guy out of Die Hard, the reporter? It looks like it.
He actually...
You know the slimy reporter?
Yes.
He actually played Richie Cunningham's big brother Chuck, who disappeared in the very first season without explanation in Happy Days.
Oh, wow.
That's probably how he knows Richie Cunningham, a.k.a. Ron Howard.
Dockside of the Walk says, is it the football guy in Superman 3?
Yes.
Yeah. Brad. That's Lana Lang's husband. Top trivia there, mate. Well done.
So yeah, great stuff. So we finally get Madmartigan and Skullface. I should really give him his proper name. What's his proper name? Brian or Matt? What's his name?
It's
General something.
Kale.
Kale, yes.
Yeah.
He's
Pat
actually
Roach.
He's named after another savage film critic, female. Another piss take by George Lucas.
There you go. Look, Franco. Well done, Franco.
Franco's on the money
He
tonight.
is.
Pencil Dick from Ghostbusters, yeah.
I don't think that's the same guy.
Oh,
Is it?
No.
well, we're gonna need to have
I
that
think with
fact
some.
checked.
I think we need some adjudication on
Yeah.
that one.
We'll get that one fact checked, Franco. We'll let you know whether you're banned or not. So here we go. Madmartigan's taking it to Skullface. And I think at that point he kills him, doesn't he? He fair old stabs him a good few times. I think I maybe went a bit quickly, but he pulls him onto a sword here, doesn't he? That's the final. There it is. Sword sticking up, and he skewers him.
William Atherton is actually the actor who plays Walter. What's his surname? Peck in Ghostbusters. They are very alike.
Brownie, can you read the next message out, please?
-69.fun, blah, blah, blah. New dating for all tastes and ages. I think me and Franco are going to have a look at that later.
Yeah, we've starred that one in the comments. Is this a new thing, Brownie? I've never noticed these kind of new people you've got in the chat. 69.
Yeah, regular customers now. Gets the views up as well. So win-win-win.
Holler.
So here's the old girl, unfortunately, being overpowered by the evil Bavmorda. Willow, who is spent essentially 95% of the film just holding a baby, but he does a good job with it.
Ooh.
Yeah, time has not treated her well.
No, sucking ropey.
Yeah, all 5 minutes of
that's
it.
me on
Palpatine's
a morning when I wake up.
Oh, here it is.
Acorns,
There's this great scene. Yeah. So Willow thinks he can maybe do some with the magical acorn, and she basically just... Well, it starts to turn her hand into stone, doesn't it, or whatever, but then she quickly reverses.
Yeah, I love how she catches it like midair, and she's all like, and then she's like, ha ha ha, as she like wipes it off, like you little stupid idiot.
I love MJ's victory line from Madmartigan. We can't read it out for obvious reasons, but we appreciate it. So he's in trouble here, but he's dropped the baby.
Yeah, yeah. He says he's gonna send her to a realm where, oh god, I can't remember what he says.
Disneyland.
She's like, there's no such place, and then he does it, and she's like, and she does this big gasp. I was like, oh, that's good. It's good.
I like the idea that she's a master of magic, but is totally fooled by an illusion.
Right? Yeah. Typical woman.
Easy.
and then she dumps over this cauldron of like, I don't know, blood water, and then she like, that's like the end all be all.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and then
that's a rather nice scene, isn't it?
Yeah, the blood magic takes over for some. I never understood this part personally. Like, she spills this little cauldron, this little pensieve of blood water, and then like it takes her over and like kills her, and I'm like, I don't get that portion of the program.
The lightning strike hits her when she puts the wand up, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Is it? Okay.
Nice use of red there. Reminds me of the salt plains of Crete. Enjoy that.
Fabulous.
Your finest work.
Thank you. So Warwick still holding the baby. With the don't cross the fluids, yeah, very good. And look at these handsome couple.
Yeah,
look great.
Wouldn't you be if you're boffing that?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the old girl made it through. We don't
She
know
made
how
it through.
she did. And then we get to we now very George Lucas this ending, isn't it? It's almost New Hope style. Bring everyone together and have a celebration style ending. Warwick.
Does he get a medal?
What's he get here,
Does
Brian?
Chewie get a medal?
It's a spell book.
Oh, I guess the spell.
Yeah, and I believe in the new series that's the spell book he has when he's trying to teach Alora Danon.
Brownie, this one's for you.
Again, I always say Appion is always on point. Love
Absolutely.
this channel. Thank
The
you
only
for the kind
problem,
words.
Brownie, is Appion did admit earlier he is highly sarcastic, so I'm worried about that
That is
comment
very
now.
true.
That's what I'm counting on. That's what I'm counting on.
So here we go. All our heroes gathered together.
Oh.
Sorcerers, look, outstanding.
It looks like Elvis Presley.
He does a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riviera.
Oh, and there's Matt's favourites,
Yeah, the brownies, they're great.
brownies. Yeah. Amazed they've not been stood on through this whole film. So much going
Right?
on. Not once to get stood on. Warwick's got his spell book. Look how happy he looks. Just a beautiful, happy ending. And there's the castle and all the
Disneyland. Yeah,
people.
Disneyland.
Yep.
And there we go. He's on his little horse.
Take your children to Disneyland.
He's got the endorsements from the Grand Maester, or whatever he's called. Yep, Jim Morrison gets the girl.
He did.
And there we go. There's your Return of the Jedi end shot there, I believe.
Yeah.
Where are the any Ewoks?
No.
No.
Yeah, they call them data, which I'm all like, what? What's going on here? Like, data.
Just got to go back because Franco posted the comments when I got to this particular shot.
Franco Walker in the chats. She's in stunning.
Yeah, he likes them old, Franco.
Experienced.
Yeah. Like fine wine.
That's corked.
Yeah.
And look at
Oh,
that.
look at
Look how
that.
beautiful it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super. Like, they've got a really like cool little village there, but if you watch the new series, they're underground. It's like ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
and with the tell him his acorn was shite. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Well, there we go. We've wrapped Willow. So obviously incredibly small font. No idea what it says, but
Are
it
we?
probably says something
Are we
like
going
I'm
to do
on
like
OnlyFans.
a closing?
We are,
sentence?
Brown. We are. Don't
Paragraph,
jump the
perhaps?
goddamn we'll do around the houses closing thoughts on Willow, and let's start. And big thanks to Brian for pulling this together.
Produced.
And
done,
very
Brian.
welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah,
Brilliant work,
absolutely.
sir. And obviously for watching the film, Brian, as well. I mean, it's going the extra mile. Don't
Brian, could you
always
sort that out for me, please? I will say to the chat before we close, Ruin, marks out of 10, guys. If you've seen the film, marks out
Yeah,
of 10
of course.
for Willow.
Yeah, because we're going to do it in our individual
Yeah.
synopses. So let's have your thoughts, chat. So Brian,
Yes.
give me your closing thoughts and your rating, please.
Very quickly, great soundtrack. First of all, we haven't really mentioned that. A fun movie. I think there's so many great scenes in it. Bit long, I would say. I think it badly needs an edit, as I said before. I think wonderful performances from almost everyone, but especially Val and Warwick. Decent effects for the time, although they're kind of dated now. I wasn't a fan of this film back in the day, but I've actually really quite enjoyed the rewatch this week. And I'd give it probably
One.
rock solid 7 out of 10.
Excellent.
Yeah, popular score in the chat there.
Doing
Franco's
all right,
going
isn't it?
7.
Yeah.
MJ 7. Dark Side 7. Yeah.
I'm
Appian.
going to get a bit gushy. I think I say this every week, I think we've generally got one of the best chats on the
Absolutely.
tube.
I concur.
Fuck it.
I do. Every time I
stunning
come
and
on
brave.
here,
Everyone is stunning and brave. Brilliant. So
genuinely,
blessed.
my face is
Well
hurting
done, guys.
sometimes from laughing along at these comments. So go on, Brownie. I know you've got limited exposure, but
As I
you
said,
want to-
I watched it originally when it came out. I remember vaguely that I kind of enjoyed it. It's not my thing, genuinely, but having watched this tonight, Brian, if you could sort it out for us, I'm going to give it a watch.
Yeah.
It's just, if anything, it's just old school filmmaking, and that's got to be worth a rewatch. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and but we know really you're just going to fast forward to the Porsche.
No, I'm not.
Porsche.
Do you want a mark out of 10?
We do. Yes, please.
I'll give it 1.
You give it 1. Oh, perfect. It's almost becoming your
Oh yes.
your strap line, isn't it? Your strap on. Well, Matt, I know you love this.
Yeah, I love it.
Give me a thought, your closing thoughts. And
10
your
out of
score.
10. This movie is like the best. Like, I love this movie so much. I can't wait to show my kids. They're not really into live action at the moment, but this movie is so good. I have a good time every time I watch it. I have nothing but good things to say about it. It's a fantastic film.
Excellent. Well, I mean, honestly, before everyone started saying the same thing, I had it in mind as a 7. I'd love to give it a bit more, but it's highly enjoyable, and I'd say if you've not, it's definitely worth a rewatch. Brownie, definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it, mate. I'm going to watch it. Yeah.
Honestly, it's just well crafted, good fun. Nothing more than just a good fun fantasy film. It's not trying to be any more than that, but. Yeah, I think
I think the kind of average people in the chat just 7 and 8s all day long on this one.
Yeah, I mean,
there you
Marlon's
go.
giving it
Always
a 9.
an exception. 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh, look at that from Time Prophet.
Creep.
10 out of 10. But he's given the credit to you, Brownie. That's an absolute disgrace.
I will say a big thank you to not Brian for producing this. Cheers, Brian.
Superb.
Very welcome,
Yeah,
lads.
for sure.
Very welcome.
Yes, and my idea to do it to coincide with the Disney Plus show, which was a bit of a flop, but I'm glad we went to the original source and we gave it
It's your superstar quality ruin that made this.
What we talking about? My directorial genius or
all of the above?
Everything.
Everything. Oh, well, I'll just just another win for the ruin, isn't it? What can I say?
It is.
No, look, it's been great fun, and I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the rewatch. I've enjoyed doing this, and Brownie, I'll have to come back soon.
You're away far too long, my friend.
I know. Life
we are here. I know we are here
time.
every Saturday and Sunday, and you bring good vibes, mate.
Oh, it's been good. I've enjoyed it, and I will definitely be up for some of these Christmas shows you got lined up. So I guess as we approach the 3-hour mark, we should wrap this the hell up, shouldn't we?
I will just say to everybody in the chat, I'll post a community link, just asking for some of your suggestions of things you've enjoyed this year and things you've hated, and then I think the plan is New Year's Day we will try and do a top 10 and best top 10, worst top 10 of 2022. So if you could do that, that'd be appreciated. Do we know what film we're doing next week? Anybody?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm not making a suggestion. That's for goddamn sure. Wipe out off your guest panel.
I think. Well, I'm not going to do a poll for it. I think we're going to do Nobody next week.
Nice.
Bob Odenkirk.
I love that movie.
So I think that's the film. Do you know what that is, Ruin?
I don't. I know Bob Odenkirk, but I don't know the film.
Have you heard of John Wick?
Yes, I know John Wick.
Keanu Reeves, do you know who he is?
Yes.
You know who Bob Odenkirk is?
Yes, it's the guy who plays Better Call Saul, isn't it?
Yeah, same
Yeah.
universe as
Oh, okay.
John Wick.
Oh,
So
right,
anyway.
okay.
I think that's it. Shall we say goodbye?
We should.
So, should we say, chat, you are wonderful. Always bringing
Yes,
your A
beautiful.
game. We are truly blessed. Ruin, do you want to thank the guests?
I do. I want to thank Not Brian Young for his fabulous production and
Bravo.
hilarious comments as always. Thank you, Brian.
Cheers, Ruin. Thanks also to Matt, to Brownie, and the chat who have
Cheers,
been
Brian.
absolutely on fire this evening. Thank you
Brilliant.
very much.
Absolutely. Matt, good to speak to you, my friend. First time we've done it, and hope it's not the last.
Oh, absolutely. I always have fun joining you guys.
And last but not least, the king of the 1.2K sub channel,
Yes.
the legendary, the man who so good he didn't even watch the movie, he just turns up and rolls. It's Mr. Brown. Thanks, Brownie.
Thank you, my friend. And I will just thank you, Ruin. You are wonderful. You are away far too long. We miss you, my friend.
How can you miss me if I won't go away? That's my thoughts.
I think that's it, don't you, Ruin?
Yes, over and out. Goodbye, man,
Okay.
babies.
So, signing off. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. If we don't see you tomorrow, we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Have a
Farewell.
great Sunday. Tatty bye.
Bye.